we almost see no titties in movies anymore, and we only see dicks. Hey, anybody notice this? Yes, I love titties. Big old titties. Welcome back, my totally scheduled, not reoccurring guest.
Yo.
I saw somebody in the chat and they're like, you already reusing content. And I'm like, no, this is new. This is all new.
Actually, this is a rebroadcast.
Yeah,
you've already seen this exact episode.
You'll notice I won't read a single chat today because
it's all because this chat window's broken, not because this is pre-recorded.
Yeah, see, this chat isn't even real. I just made this up from Billy Hatcher. That's not even a real guy. Yeah, so everybody, welcome to the 9th CAMELCAST. I love you bitches. I'm so glad. It's been really, really fun lately. We've had a lot of good shows, mainly all the ones with Nick. So have been the epic shows. So before we start, bitches, make sure you guys like the show. And don't forget, Fight Milk is on deck with me and Mr. Rekieta. I don't know about Naked Snake. Nick's, if he wants to do it, we can do it. If not, whatever.
What am I, a prude?
I guess we're doing Naked Snake, boys. So you guys know what's on the list today. I'm just so used to people not doing it. So we're gonna do that. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Do you think I have shame that I haven't just executed my shame in the streets in front of the entire world?
I thought your shame was maxed out after Vegas. I'm just
well, probably should be.
I can't handle any more of this.
Man, Vegas is, I have determined I'm still sleeping like way too long because I think I figured it out. Vegas is like it's not like a bank, it's like a bookie, right? Normally, like you bank up on vacation, you're like, okay, getting some good rest, getting some good energy. In Vegas, you just keep borrowing. And the longer you're there, I think the longer your Vegas hangover is. So I was like, man, I could be in Vegas forever. And I realized if I did that, I'd be just dead. Like I would die at some point. Otherwise, I'd have to leave and then I would die immediately when I left.
Yeah. See, that is why right there that when you see somebody that lives in Vegas and they're like maybe doing something that is entertainment wise, you ask yourself, man, why are they hooked on like 9 drugs? It's because that's the only way they can make it, man.
I do not know how people could, like, I had so much fun and I was like, man, I wish I was here longer. I got so much left to do. And then I got home and I was like, ooh.
Yeah, man.
I don't know how people live there.
I slept 14 hours, man. Oh,
yeah.
God. It was so beautiful. I had such a good time. And now I for some reason recovered really quickly. I don't ever recover that fast from Vegas, but I was like, the next day I was just peppy. I was just ready to go. I had a good time, man. It was awesome.
What's up, Willard?
My first encounter with Nick was when he only called people horrible names in TDS Facebook group.
That's right. That's the Dick Show Facebook group. Real quick, I do want to offer a humble apology to the chat. Camelot was late today because of me, more appropriately because of my daughter. So I went to go pick this girl up from her activity. And lately I have not been picking her up because I've been busy. So either Lady Raggets or our nanny, if she's still around, will go pick her up because she gets picked up at like 8. And I get there and I cannot fucking find her. And it's not a big building. And I'm like, and so I go and I start talking to people. I'm like, have you seen my daughter? Like, do you know where she is? And they're like, no. So we're all looking around. Everybody's fucking looking around. I'm outside, like yelling her name, like, where are you? No, nothing. Finally, a car like rolls down a window down in the parking lot way. They're like, who are you looking for? Yell my daughter's name. Oh, she's in here. I texted your wife. I'm like,
imagine that would be like, now look, I'm not a father of children that I have. And if my daughter was just gone and I went to a place and she's not there, dude, I'd trip balls.
Oh, I was freaking out. The activity, director is freaking because of course, like, that's on them. They lost a kid. Everybody's like scrambling. And of course, just sitting in a car, chilling, apparently does this all the time. Just no one bothered to tell me that this is what happens for normal pickup. I'm like, oh, okay. Thank you.
Oh,
thanks.
It's normal.
Yeah.
Well, that worked out. Shanny says, you stress me and I loves you, Nick. I loves you even more. What the fuck? Hold on, Shanny. Why? This is when those people super chat when you're on a different show and they super chat you and they're like, I watch only you, but I decided to super chat this random person. I'm like, oh, thanks, man. That's really nice of you. I appreciate you. Thank you, Bailey. I love you. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah. So, dude, I had a lot of fun in Vegas. I wish we could go back like immediately, but we do have the September show, which I'm quite positive I'm just going to go ahead and go to anyway.
Yes. I'm going to find a fucking good venue.
Dude,
that's what right now I'm trying to plan Lady Rackets and I's personal travel schedule around the Philly show on April 22nd. By the way, guys, if you want to, I don't think you're going to be at the Philly show.
I will not, no.
But I will be there. And if you're wanting to see me and you see this, Philly show is with Dick Masterson and Carl from Who Are These Podcasts. I'm there as well. A bunch of people from the like Dick show sort of miasma are going to be there. But if you want to get tickets to that show, I heard there's only about 50 of them left. April 22nd in Philadelphia. Go to live.dick.show. Live.dick.show. Make sure you get your tickets if you want to go see that show. It should be a fucking blast. Should be a laugh riot. And there's tons of partying that goes on around those shows.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. So Lady Raggets and I are trying to schedule our actual travel time there. And then I'm booking Nashville. I'm going to book the venue as early as possible. I'm going to get a good one.
Oh God, it's going to be so exciting, dude. I love the camaraderie and the drinking. That's the best part is drinking, obviously. But the camaraderie, man, it's just so much fun. It's just fun meeting people, even though they peer pressure you into doing stupid shit. But that's fine too. So
I got to cut 1 or 2 drinks a night. That's what I got to do. Because one of those nights I legit don't remember. So I got to cut 1 to 2 drinks out just so I can remember. Be loosened up and happy. I didn't throw up at all, though. That was the crazy thing.
I don't know, dude. There's a picture of me and you. It's my favorite picture. I saved it. I haven't posted it, but I saved it. It's just me and you hugging this dude with his shirt off, and his face is blurred out, and we're just like, and we're both holding like shots or something. It's funny.
Wait, is it the big hairy dude?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he had a sign like his chest or whatever.
Yeah. It was great.
We were so just destroyed, but yeah, somehow managed to not throw up. It was amazing.
Two Bam's Rule says, seen the intro many times, but it made me laugh today for no good reason. Get good to get more. Rekieta running a recto with a custom OS ported cap. A recto, man, I'm just too cheap to get the rectifier, dude. Juki, love you. Best duo on YouTube. Now, come on now. All right, now chill out.
It's true.
Carnage Undone will be there in Nashville. Hell yeah, Carnage. That's gonna be so wicked. I'm so excited, man. I'm gonna drink finally. Now, granted, in September I'll probably be drinking a lot more regardless, so it's all good.
Oh yeah, that's your bulk by alcohol phase.
Oh yeah, I'm bulk at that point. I mean, pizza and freaking drinking, dude. Oh, dude, I'm real excited. But I was watching your show the other day. Do you have an update for your lawsuit?
Nothing special right now. It's just waiting for my lawyers to file our reply to their response. I mean, after the shit that I read, I'm fucking livid. This dude, he's tried to scrub this from the internet, but people don't know. But so he claims that he's scared of me, and my agents. So he moved to Illinois in secret, which is bullshit. This dude was threatening to shoot everybody in person, not just like me, but like Susan Wojcicki, Jack Conti of Patreon, Jack from Twitter. He's threatening to just show up while people are pumping gas and just straight murder all of them, like
with like a firearm.
Yeah, and he's like, call the police. I want you to call them because I bet I react faster than they get there. Oh that's right. God. I'm gonna come there. I want you to do it. Do something. He's like fucking unhinged, and I'm like, look, I mean, this guy's a fucking goofy lunatic or whatever. So I don't really care that he does this, but don't come at me and lie in court. Be like, I'm so scared of Nick Rekieta and his evil people. It's like, what evil people? All I did was laugh at you. That's it. I went, this guy's dumb. He filed a stupid lawsuit. That's it. That's the genesis of all this. And that drove him into hiding, according to him. I fucking hate people who lie. And his attorney is, go ahead.
How tall is he?
I don't know. He can't be that tall.
I feel like it has.
Look at him.
He's 5'6" for sure. That's why he's scared of you because you're like 6'2".
Yeah, I guess.
That's the only thing I can imagine. So let me get this straight. Hold on. So because I might have been scatterbrained for a second. The guy that threatened to shoot all these people in the face and please call the police is also the same guy that filed a lawsuit against you.
Yeah.
How is this possible?
Well, he privated all the videos. He's trying to hide all that shit. But the internet doesn't let you hide everything, and that still exists. And I would love to talk to his lawyer. I don't think his lawyer will talk to me, but I want to just be like, hey, bro, do you realize who your client? Like, do you realize what you're doing here, and what, like, do you know about this? Because you should know about this. So we'll see what we end up doing. I don't know. My lawyers have their own strategy. They don't really talk to me about it, which is probably good because I'd probably just yell about it all the time. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I think we've got a reply due sometime in the next week or something. But I'm not sure about that. Like, I don't know the dates.
Dismissal?
Yeah. And I think our hearing date on that is April 10th or something. So that's a ways away. A lot of people get confused about this. No matter how many times you talk about lawsuits or kind of cover it, everybody gets confused about it. And being in one, I know why. Because like I am asking the same question. I'm like, how the fuck is this still going on? This is obvious bullshit. It's obviously frivolous. But the reality is there's a timeline, and that timeline has to be followed. There's no way around the timeline for court. There's no like, you need to decide this right now, judge, because right now is still once the motion hearing happens and all that shit. So our motion hearing is April 10th. And, I really, really am going to be curious how that goes, because in theory, it should be, even if they don't apply the Colorado anti-slap shit, it should be dismissed just for sheer frivolousness of it. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how it goes.
So, well, let me read Lord Zero. Cam, when I finally get to meet you, you're going to end up in jail for stuff and things in Vegas. Well, good. That sounds actually like a good time. Are you confident that it'll be dismissed then?
No, there's no way to be confident about this. I mean, we're asking to apply Colorado law in Minnesota, which it's the correct argument, but it's a complicated argument that judges aren't confronted with all the time. The other thing is, Minnesota doesn't have an anti-slap, and the judge may just go, oh, we're not going to apply anti-slap because Minnesota doesn't have one, even though, again, it's the correct argument for it. And two, you can never be confident about what some person that you have no control over is going to do. I mean, you're asking someone to make a rational decision based on law, but what if they make an irrational decision? There's no way you can do it. So I'm not going to sit and boast and be like, blah, blah, blah. I'll say what should happen is it should be dismissed, or we should be granted summary judgment. The pleading is deficient, legally deficient, because they don't allege any statements that can be defamation. Nothing I said about him can be an objectively proven fact. Right. And so it's all just insults and mockery, which is perfectly protected under the First Amendment. But will a judge come to that conclusion, or will they go, well, it could be a fact? Well, it either is or it isn't a fact, judge. Like, that's it. So we'll have to find out. I mean, there's plenty of arguments that for everything I said being ruled as not possibly defamatory by all sorts of courts. But what will this one do? Just wait and see.
This is quite literally the equivalent to someone in your chat, like being like, hey, Camelot, you're a bitch. Or like, hey, Camelot, you have a big ass head. And I'm like, well, I may have a big ass head, but you're certified retarded. And then they sue you for calling them certified retarded.
Yeah.
That's like literally the equivalent, because that's what you did, right? He was in your chat.
That's true.
Right? What the fuck? See, the fact that you can now, like, there should be a parameter. Like, I shouldn't be able to file a lawsuit against, I don't know, George Clooney for having gray hair, because this is about what it seems like. It's like George Clooney's gray hair offends me because I don't like gray hair, or just anything that's how loose and goofy it seems to me. It's so meaningless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's causing you money and anxiety, even though it's a dumb lawsuit. It still has the anxiety involved.
Oh yeah, there's no way around it. People are like people are mistaken just the general stress of it, because I have to talk to my lawyer, I have to answer stuff, I have to go find shit, I have to I have to do a bunch of stuff related to the lawsuit that I don't want to do, and it's tiring and it's exhausting to think about, especially because it's flat fucking retarded.
Yeah.
Like it's stupid. So it's like, why am I having to do this? Well, because that's the rule. And so okay. But yeah, it's like I think as far as lawsuits go, it's completely frivolous. And even if it were to go to trial, we'd win without really any issue. But you never know like how anything's going to go. So you just have to sit there and you just have to fucking wait. You can do everything and get done and be like, all right, there you go. And now it's like, well, now you got a month still before anyone will even hear about it.
And what's the light at the end of the tunnel? So, like, you know what this reminds me of? Just that specific sentence reminds me of when you're closing on a house and you don't know really what's going to happen while it's under contract for like an entire month.
Yeah.
But the light at the end of the tunnel is once you get that call, you get the house. You know, oh yeah, we get to move in. But for you, it's just like you're
not sued anymore.
Yay! Like. It's like, damn, I already spent this money though. Like, what the fuck? You know, so it's terrifying. Matt Yesko says, please, Nick, fat shame me so I can finish my last few sets.
With Slayer?
This is your civic duty, Matt.
You got to finish the last few sets? Well, I mean, you're used to finishing a last few sets, aren't you? You're used to finishing a last few sets of chicken nuggets sitting there at the drive-thru while you wait the Burger King drive-thru because you went to McDonald's chicken nuggets so you could tide yourself over to the Burger King drive-through so you could get your double quarter or your double Whopper with cheese, pepperoni, bacon, whatever else you put on there. Probably a small child, you fucking fatso. Yeah, helping out at the abortion clinic, just sucking those things up like a Hoover. Just, it's disgusting. You need to stop stuffing your gullet. Get your arms in gear, get your legs in gear, and for God's sakes, just take a chainsaw and chop that gut right off the front of you. Someone might save you and stitch you up, but the world will be a better place without either you or your stomach or both. So get in there and get it done, son.
I think that's good enough for a few sets. There you go. There you go, Matt. Enjoy. Appreciate that. Jesus Christ, man. Even now I want to go work out. God, Jesus. Mary Joseph. Shani says, Caps play in 30 minutes. Miss you codes. Nick is my spirit animal. CAMELCAST with all the dudes. Miss Joe Ball. I'm going to have Joe Ball real soon. We're at 1,000 snaps spiritually. No, we're not. Well, I mean, literally we're at 300, but yeah. It's almost been a year, Shani. We're doing pretty damn good. And then there's another pink ass boy right here. There he is. Lajmon. Big ass head. Roll Tide, NASCAR from Montgomery. Where can I come see you race? You can come see me race in North Carolina. I'll post a schedule on my locals. I think I already have, but I'll post another one. But in the 5th race of the year is in Montgomery at Montgomery Speedway. So you can come watch me race there. So get the hell on it, doggone it. Thank you. Thank you so much, my boy, Lajamon. I appreciate that. Billy Hatcher says, it sucks that Nick is being bullied by a coward. I agree. Speedy says, Nick, why is the guy suing you a donkey? Also, thanks for the roast for being in shape last Friday. Well, hell yeah. So that's just your thing. That's a weird grift, and I kind of like it.
Yeah, I do fat shames, and apparently I roast people for being in shape too.
Dude, let's be honest, it works. Like, fat shaming works. There's a reason.
Does.
There is a reason why the body positivity is correlation. It has a correlation to the overweight percentage increasing in the U.S. For women, it's 70%. 70% of women in the U.S. are overweight. That's like all of them. Let's be honest.
We're not grading on a curve, people. Stop trying to raise the curve. We're grading on objective truth.
Yeah, and why is that happening? It's because shaming is just not okay, and it should be okay to shame people. Man, look, dude, I got shamed in high school and middle school every day, got the shit kicked out of me. And one day I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. So I just stopped eating like a piglet, and I stopped drinking soda. And then I started banging emo girls. So it worked out, you know?
You and MGK.
Hell yeah. And then she left me, my ex-wife. But she wasn't an emo girl.
I was going to say, she was an emo girl?
She was for a second, but that was like right before we started hanging out. But still, it got me a divorce, which is better than a nothing. You know, it's like the phrase.
It got me a divorce, which is better than a nothing.
It's better to have loved than or loved and lost than to never have loved at all.
There you go.
I guess, at least at one point I was happy. It's like that.
That's like the opposite of the red pill argument.
It's the Toby Keith song. I think it's a Toby Keith song. It's like, I ain't as good as I once was, but I was as good once as I ever was.
But I love it'd be like, guys, watch out. You go out there, you start messing around with these hoes, you get divorce rate. Cody's like, well, at least I got some.
I mean, what implies divorce? So it also implies daily sexual encounters for an extended period of time. Maybe some emotional stability there because you were able to do it. There's something. Maybe. It depends on if you got divorced because she died because you killed her ass, because that's different. But you'll be in jail.
That's not a divorce. That's a dead chick.
Yeah.
That's a widow.
That's 25 to life. So who's going to impress? I mean, there's probably some people in prison that are impressed. But who am I going to impress? So that
I saw real quick. I was flipping through YouTube Shorts forever, and I got to one, and it was some channel just shows like inmates when they're getting sentenced saying shit, and this guy says, "You know what? It's your fault she's dead because you never let me see my kid, and I told you to let me see my kid." It's like, oh shit.
Damn, that makes sense. Trent agrees with me. He says nothing's better than a divorce. I love you, Trent, by the way, for the Ferrari rate. That dude dropped a $500 super chat on Gary and me last week.
Whoa, damn.
500. Jesus, Mary Jo, we hit Naked Snake in one hit, and we hit Double Fat Milk as well immediately after. Jason Angel Fire says, Nick, the wife's watching this with me. Our first baby is due August 19th. Tell her that's enough recovery time to make it to Nashville.
Of course. Bring your baby to Nashville. Have some fun. Hey, I went to Road Rage in Atlanta. I had a baby. Lady Raggets and I had a little baby with us. And we brought the porta-crib. We brought the stroller. We brought the baby to the show. It was awesome. We tried to bring the baby to the bar, but the bar wouldn't let us in.
Oh, that's a good story. Yeah. What do you think they're going to do?
I was like,
I'm passing my baby shots. Get it.
It's like, put a wristband on the baby so it doesn't buy anything at the fucking bar. Like, what are we talking about here? This is a hotel bar. It was a rooftop hotel bar. So it's not like some little weird dingy place. It was, I don't know. It was good. But yeah, bring the wife, bring the baby, come have fun.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a time. By the way, we already hit our lot goal that fast. We are setting it at 1,000. Dude, we just keep hitting every damn goal, every stream, and it keeps growing and growing and growing. Thanks to Nick, by the way, because it's his third time. But what's for Nick? If it wasn't for Nick, I'd have 8 people watching right now. Thank you, Nick. I blame it all on you. Shani says, tell Nick I became a part of the CMMT because Tug, I grew up in Fairfax and watched cases in the FX courtroom way too many times growing up. So here's for Tug and Nick covering it and bringing us here. I can't read. I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Shani. Yeah, dude. Nick's coverage of, I watched every second of the Depp trial on Nick's channel. I watched the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. I watched everything. I even watched Murdoch, and that shit was boring as hell.
Oh God, what an anticlimactic pile of garbage trial that ended up being too.
And then they deliberated for what, 45 minutes?
Yeah, 45 minutes.
There was no nuance. Like there
were 2 not guilties when they went in there, and then they're like, 45 minutes was the whole it took them to say, oh yeah, I guess they are guilty then.
They shamed.
Because you know what it was. Well, we kind of want to go home. It's been 7 weeks.
Exactly. Yep. That's how, dude. Yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit. Lajman says, I'm still working on the first ex-wife. 32 years so far. 32. Jesus, Mary Joseph, man. Nick married up with Miss Rackets. I agree. Yeah. I saw her in real life. She's an attractive lady, and she's very laid back and cool.
Well, I married down because she's short as fuck, though.
That's true, yeah.
But I married up in all other respects.
Disco Cobra says, just because I'm random as hell, I want to know how well the relationship Cody was it regular sex, happy most until it didn't work out with her? Did she ever show any indication? No. So real quick, I've told the story before, so I won't go too ham, but it was a great relationship. We had sex 3 to 4 or 5 times a week. We both worked jobs, of course. So, we didn't see each other every second. But there was never a lack of that. We always laughed and cut up. We always joked. It was great until the day where she was being a little quiet. And I was like, hey, you're being weirdly quiet. This has never happened before. So I asked her, obviously, hey, you're being quiet. And then she was like, I don't love you anymore. And I think I'm leaving. And I was like, oh shit. And that was it. That was how everything played out. So there's not a lot to it. She did not sue me. We did a no contest deal. She let me keep everything. All she kept was her car. I didn't really care to keep, whatever, but she was like, you can keep everything. I'm going to get my car. And then that was it. And I signed the papers and that was all she wrote. So yeah, it wasn't like a horrible divorce or anything, but it was just a really weird, to be honest, real quick. I don't want to take up too much time on this because I feel like I talk about it too damn much, but she told me one day that she had been in a relationship since she was 15 because she was with her first dude till she was 17 or 16. I met her when she was 16. I started dating her when she was 17. I was 19. And we were together all the way until I was almost 27. And she was like, I never got to experience life exploring the world or being single or all that shit. So she kind of FOMO'd and she got over it real quick, but it was kind of too late at that point. I was over it. So, yeah, it was a weird situation. It kind of sucked, but that feels like it was like 2 decades ago now. So
let's see. I was reading a thing a couple weeks ago, and apparently that's a very common sort of thing that that particularly women face is
Yep.
what I was reading.
Yep.
That women go, oh, what did I miss?
Yep.
Whereas guys are just like, thank Christ I figured this all out early, and then they try and hold on for dear fucking life for the rest of their time. And I think that's probably a challenge that a lot of couples go through in various ways. It doesn't always manifest in like, for a lot of couples, it'll manifest in cheating or divorce or something like that. But for others, it's just like there's like some longing or regret or whatever, some depression that could come through there. There's a whole fucking country song about it called Is There Life Out There? Have you heard that song? It's an old one from
I have not.
Oh, well, if you had a wife who listened to country music, you would have fucking heard it all the time. No, but it's like, it's just this concept. Like what the hell is out there? What did I miss? And the truth is, ladies, what you missed was a lot of fucking stress and trouble that you didn't want to deal with in the first place. And I think a lot of women do find that out. And it gets talked about in different ways. The red pill guys are talking about, they talk about it as like, well, you find out your sexual market value isn't what it used to be. You find out that these guys don't want you. You become a pump and dump shop or whatever. and that's one way to look at it.
Dumpster life.
It's
yeah.
But the reality is like, I mean, it's a feeling that comes along for whatever reason for people, and pushing through that is a critical part of marriage. And I think it comes to guys too in different ways. Like it's not unique to women, but that's I think the stat is something like 80% of divorces are initiated by women. And I think that's a huge reason why. And you tend to find it in common years, like 7 years, 14 years, 21 years. That 7 year sort of cycle is a pretty common.
It's the damn 7 year itch, man. So dude, I've talked to Gary about this, and he was like, yeah, 7 year itch. And I'm like, dude, everybody knows about this shit. It's like a damn science experiment that I wasn't involved in, but no, for real. So when she left, I was looking at every type of literature possible to explain what the freak happened, because I was confused.
Right.
Well, how did this happen? Like,
all you want's an answer.
Yeah, it was great. We
had
a
man thing.
We were doing such a great time. And I found that same thing where it's like a lot of the time, women specifically are afraid that they missed something. And also, if they've been with you for a long time since a young age, they get used to you and your personality, because they chose you for a reason. Your personality, how much money you make, maybe what your social status, and they think, well, if I can get this guy, and it's boring now, I haven't experienced other people, then I could easily get somebody that's way better than my husband. And then they go meet people, and what they find out immediately is they chose their husband for a reason at that point. And my ex-wife told me this, by the way. She was like, every guy that she's hung out with has been so boring and lame and assholey. And this was when she wanted to come home, but she was like telling me, like, I made a mistake. No guys like you. I don't know why I thought anything would come of this. And she said it was a nightmare, So, it is.
Oops.
And then she was like, we should be married again. And I was like, I don't know, man. I went through the dark day, the one day that you don't know you're going to make it out of. I went through the day. Once that was it, I was done. I was healed. I had healed. And I was like, all right, cool. I'm good. And, she wanted to come home and I wasn't about it. And, she was like, this sucks. She's like, all of this sucks. I'm barely paying my bills. My apartment's expensive. I have all these things. And I kind of warmed up to the idea a little bit over the next couple months. And then we just kind of grew apart. And then she met her husband and they got married like a year later. So about 2 years after us. And then that was fine. And it worked out because I don't think we were good for I don't think we actually matched as much as we may have thought we did. Although when I sold my house, she had to show up and sign it away, which I didn't know was going to be a thing. And we cut up and we had a good time as if we had just saw each other the day before. And I hadn't seen her in like 2 years. So it was weird. But yeah, I guess I'm thankful it didn't happen. I'm kind of thankful I ended up where I am now, because I feel like this is what Gary Nerdrotic said Saturday. He was like, if that wouldn't have happened to you, you wouldn't be here talking to me right now. He's like, everything that falls into place because of the decisions you make. He's like, so, do you like your situation? And if you do, then that happened for a good reason. So
yeah, that's always the weird thing. That's the other part about FOMO, right?
Yep.
That everybody misses is you didn't miss anything because you're where you are because of what happened. If you changed any little thing along the road, you wouldn't be where you are. Now, maybe you're in prison or maybe like you're a drug addict or whatever, like you're in a bad spot. Sure. Like that could be the case. But if your life is going relatively smoothly and well, and things are good, but you're just like, I wonder what else there is. Like you wouldn't have had it. You wouldn't have had this. You would have something different. And it's not obviously good turnout that you would have. But no, it's fuck. There was one thing you said that I was latched onto until that last point came up. But, I think I lost it. It doesn't really fucking matter anyway. I think the point is pretty clear though. Like, look, it's, life works out in certain ways. And if you think you missed something, oh wait, no, I got it. See, I just had to talk enough. Now, I fully agree that I married up with lady rackets. I do. But here's the deal. Women are almost constantly, universally told that their guy married up to them, no matter who they are, no matter who their guy is. Like, it could be a broke ass chick and a billionaire, and they'd be like, oh, he's so lucky to have snagged you. Like, they will say the same shit over and over, no matter who it is, because it's like a courtesy. It's a holdover of this sort of artificial respect that women got for decades. This sort of last vestiges of chivalry.
Yeah, and
I think that pump is part of the issue. Not that I think people should stop doing it. I don't know how you address it, but I do think people are, yeah, he is. That goes to people's heads. Yeah, they are lucky to have me. Oh, I am a catch. I am pretty awesome. This chick will be 230 pounds laying around eating chocolates like, yeah, I really am. I'm very pretty. And it's like, oh God. And then they go out and they get reality starts just back and forth on them. And, well, usually on their ass. And then they can't figure out why the guy doesn't call him the next day.
Yeah.
And they're like, but I'm such a catch. And it's like, well, he caught you and he was a catch and release program now.
Oh my God. So yeah, I actually want to speak to that real quick. Jenna says, I found MGTOW about 2 years ago. It helped me dramatically improve how I saw my relationship with my BF of 8 years. I'm 26, so I realized it young. That's good to hear. Thank God. Raw Set says, driving from is that San Antonio or to Colorado to save my daughter's cat? Can't lose.
Yeah, San Antonio.
Only a year and a half after getting her back. Raw Set. Speaking of cats, my ex-wife was about to give the cat we raised away for like 9 years, and she was like, "Hey, if you want him, come get him. But if not, I'm taking him to the pound." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And he's my boy. So of course, now that I have my original cat. Legimon says, "Does a Baldo help with the 7-year?"
No. Again, a Baldo is like in the vast plethora of sex toys that exist, it is but a one fun thing. If you think it's gonna save your marriage, no. If you think you're gonna like pick up a Tinder girl and be like, "Hey baby, slap this Baldo on my nuts." Don't do it. Don't do it. She'll run away screaming. You might get shot. Don't do it. It's a fun It's a fun toy to engage in a committed partner with. I think that's 100% true. Now there may be uses for dudes out there with like ED or something like that. I don't know. I don't know anyone who has that issue who could test it out. But if you're a guy with ED who wants to test it out, I'll mail you one. If you send me some review on it, be like, having a floppy dick with a baldo. Send it to me. Like we'll publish it.
Your balls don't need to be hard here. Legal Vasa says you got together stupidly young. Me too. Before you're even close to being grown up, then you have two ways to grow up together, closer, or grow apart because you end up so different. That is exactly what happened, Jeff. Thank you, Legal Bosses. I appreciate you. And I hope your stomach's doing better after them 7 fight milks. My God. So you said something very important. And I think this plays into the entire situation. So you're in a relationship for a long time as a woman. You're used to your dude. Let's say you're 200 pounds just to make it a little bit funner. And you're used to your guy, and he's like, I adore you. You're the best thing that's ever happened. Bringing you flowers, writing you little notes for Valentine's Day. Just doing the doing the thing you do, right? Adoring you, supporting you. Well, okay, you get used to it. Maybe you end up resenting it. Maybe you grow apart. Whatever you think's going on, but you FOMO, just like we talked about. You start getting afraid. You're like, I'm missing out, dude. I got to get out of here. So you go. And then when you meet these other men that are like giving you a lot of attention at first, because you get those endorphins. Oh, I haven't felt this in a long time. It's love. And then they start getting clapped. And then the guy's gone immediately. Or maybe they hang around for a little while, but they don't treat him as good as that first day. And you realize real fast that you thought every guy was going to treat you like your ex-husband. And that is so far from the truth. I've hung out with girls off Tinder that have been on Tinder for years, and they are desperately trying. And they're fine. Like, they're very attractive. They have okay personalities, but it's just, there's so many. Like, when you're a single dude, like, if you're a single dude that's relatively attractive, you relatively have your shit together, because that's the most important thing, just having your shit together. If you're relatively in that range, the amount of women that you'll come in contact with that want to be in a relationship with you is unfathomable. And I'm like, why would I settle down with any of these girls? They just keep showing up. So that's the guy you're running into after you leave your husband. So keep that in mind. You're running into my dumb ass, and my dumb ass is a cum dumpster guy. Like, get out my damn house. Please don't stay after 5 a.m. So that's how that works for me.
Yeah. The other bit about that, ladies, gentlemen, both of you, anybody who's in infidelity thoughts right now with your significant other, do you know why every fucking song, like romantic song, sexy song, or whatever, why it's always about those first encounters? Why it's always about that initial spark, that initial meeting, the courting, the follow, like that back and forth, the chase, the pursuit, all of that. That's because that's the exciting shit. That's what you're missing. And that's what I think that's the thing that people kind of crave, that they look for, and they go, ooh. And I think that's how people get hooked up in in online shit, in DMs with people, in whatever. They get that flirty mode and they go, hey, you know what? Oh, this flirting's working out. It's that chase, because that's where those endorphins kick in. That's where everything kicks in.
Yeah.
But that's just the cover, man. Like, that's the cover charge. When you get in the door, you got to still fucking dance.
Yeah.
And a lot of dudes don't want to dance. A lot of ladies don't want to dance. And the long-term shit won't be there, because that endorphin rush happens on the initial thing. And I'm sure, like, you can probably talk about that a lot, because that's the Tinder model, is to feed that feedback of, oh, hey, I got another person. I get to go. I get to do a little charm. We get to do a little bit of thing. I get to explore them a little bit. We get to smash. Everything's great. And then it's like, but like, I don't want to hang out with this person forever. So deuces.
Yeah. That's such a great point. I'm glad you brought it up, because when you go hang out with these people, okay, let's say you're married for 8 years, some shit. And your wife, or you are the wife, and you go get a new job. You're like, okay, I'm switching to, I used to work at Raytheon. Now I'm going to Dianetics. I'm switching jobs, got a new office. You go in that office. Your superior is a 34-year-old man or a 38-year-old man. Is attractive, rugged, and you kind of connect a little bit, and he's charming, and you feel something you haven't felt in a long time. Do not listen to that feeling, because that feeling is tricking you into thinking that you don't have something as good at home because it's not as new. Like when you watch the new Pirates movie, you're like, this is great. You know, I've never seen this villain, but you realize that Pirates 1 is still better. So like, you know,
yeah,
you've seen it 18 damn times. Pirates 1 is still better. Don't sell yourself for Pirates 6. Mark Walk says, was your wife a virgin when you got married? She was with 2 people before me. I think. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was 2. So take that as you will. By the way, guys, we're halfway to Fight Milk already. Unfortunately, halfway to Fight Milk already. Almost a naked snake. Thank you guys so much. Shani's leading the damn way with her delicious face. I appreciate you, Shani. And 150 likes to the goal. So make sure you like the damn show. And if you're not subscribed, I'm gonna fight you and ban you immediately. I'll find out somehow. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Yeah, but that's the thing, man. Those endorphin rush, like those endorphins, like you said.
Yeah.
You think that they're new and it's, oh, I'm in love and I'm not actually in love at home because you don't feel that stuff anymore. You just don't, like, every now and then you might when something happens, but you don't really feel it as often because it's not new.
You don't have to chase someone down. They're there. They're waiting in the bedroom.
Yep.
Like they're in the kitchen or they're in the living room, wherever you guys hang out, and you're gonna sit down, you're gonna watch TV together, you're watching programs or watch YouTube together, whatever you do, it's gonna be cozy as fuck. But you're gonna go, oh man, what about this? And you're gonna think that person who is like, oh baby girl, I'll send you flowers, I'll do this. You think that's gonna last more than like a week? It's not. It's gonna last until the clappening. And then it's probably going to be over. And even if it doesn't, nobody's going to do that every day. Nobody. Like, one, it's unsustainable. Emotionally, monetarily, for most people, it would be ridiculous to buy someone flowers every day, right? Like that shit happens in movies. And you notice when they get married, they stop the movie. Like, they don't follow up.
Yeah. And she'll end up resenting that too. So like, if you turned on Final Fantasy VII on PlayStation 1 when you were a kid, you turn it on, you're like, dude, I'm excited, I'm so pumped, looks so great, and you hit start game, and then the credits roll, and you're done, and there was no game, then that was a shitty game. And if you're giving your chick flowers and telling her how much you love her and adore her and writing her notes daily, shit, even weekly, man, like, she's gonna eventually be like, can he like treat me like a human for a little while?
Right.
You know, those things are great every once in a while, like a Valentine's Day thing, or maybe a spur of the moment thing. Hey, I got tickets to this thing. Let's go. You know, like, but doing that shit when you see, because dude, I have chicks I talk to, you know, I've had a lot of girls on the podcast and they'll tell me they have dudes in their DMs. Just, I love you. I love you. I love you. You're so amazing. All these things. And that's
then a bunch of eggplants and squirt emojis.
Yeah. That's not real. You know, that's disingenuous to me. So.
No, of course it isn't. First of all, half these damn dudes don't know how to DM anybody. It's very fucking embarrassing. And guys, they're making fun of you. Like, I hate to say it. One of the one of the ladies in my locals chat shared this DM from a dude from years ago, and he's like, hey, I love you, you're beautiful, and then bam, penis picture. And he's like, I'm sorry, didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. It's like, bam, like all this stuff. And she's like, yeah, okay, that's enough. And then he just keeps going with paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs. Like, no, you're the best thing to ever happen to me. It's like, we just had like DMs. That's it. It was, oh God, it was so fucking funny. She shared them all. And we're just sitting there. The whole locals chat is dying. She blurred out this poor sap's name and his penis. God. Thank Christ.
God.
But it was just like, it's like, hi, you're amazing. I love you, dick. It's like, whoa.
Wait, you went. Hold on. The dick was supposed to be like at least a ninth message, man. What do you mean? No, dude, that happens to me, and I'm not even like that guy. Like, dude, I had a guy the other day.
It's like going to a damn Luby's.
Oh my God.
They got the entrees up front.
Like, yeah, dude. Go to my message request on Instagram, and it's a guy, and it's like, hey, dude, I really like your content. Like, you really encouraged me to lose weight. And I'm like, hell yeah, dude, congratulations. And then like a day later, he sends me 2 selfies of himself, like just selfies of him. You know, he's a pretty big man. Pretty.
It sounds familiar.
Pretty.
Oh wait, this is our DMs, isn't it?
Yes. And then he sends, and he's like, hey, I hope you're having a good day. and I don't say anything. I just saw the preview, and then he sent another picture, and I like opened it later on, and it said photo because he took it like it's like a Snapchat. It disappears. I click that bitch, and it's just him grasping his throbber, and it's just out. And I'm like, now look, dude, I don't know about you, but I've never.
Did he have a good? Okay, did he have a good pose aside from the dick? Was it just like a close up of the dick in a hand?
It was just a penis.
You gotta be like, you gotta have like the pose going too. Be like, here, like ready for it, right? Like you gotta get into it. You gotta have one leg forward, the other leg back.
Dude, it's like, I've never thought in my wildest dreams, and I've been around the block, man. I've never thought to myself, man, you know what she would really love? My like veiny, like half flaccid, like gross little penis. Like, why would you ever
want a little extra squeeze down by the shaft to make it pop?
Oh, of course. You got to have you can see the little fold because that's where you push the roller in to make it move. No, you'll do that. No, look, a girl's smooth, poreless ass is like a statue. It is a gift from God.
Mm-hmm. Guys, it just goes like this.
Yeah.
It's a Fibonacci sequence in and of itself.
Yeah, you blow up a balloon and it's smooth and it's nice. Like, it just looks nice. And
wait, are you a lunar?
Yeah. The sun is just shining off of it. A penis is like a nightmare. It's like a calf. If you just cut off your calf muscle, that's your penis, except with a weird head on it and stuff. And it's furry and it's never looks good. They just never look good, man. I just don't understand the thought process behind sending penises to people. Jenna says they say men like to chase, but so do women. Nothing's ever turned me off more than a man who really likes me and tells me constantly that. See, she knows. She's telling me. It says this is a woman saying this. I tell dudes all the time, do not do that, and they're like, oh, sorry, I did it anyway because I'm a dumbass. Hey, Cam, when will Nick corrupt you into playing Warhammer? Shit, I have no idea.
Dude, I don't play Warhammer, the tabletop. I would, except the games take like 3 hours.
No.
And they cost a fucking fortune, and there's no one around me who plays. Kill Team is kind of cool. Those games take like 30 minutes. You could do a Kill Team game. You just have a little squad. It's not super expensive, very accessible. Smart move by Games Workshop coming up with an accessible version, but no, the video games are pretty good. Some of the video games, like Darktide, seems cool. I'd play that. That's fun.
I retired my tabletop games after Gen Con. Me and my ex-wife used to go Gen Con all the time. We play tabletop games and like Hero Clicks and stuff. Yeah. And when she when that all ended, I just I was playing RTSs and shit like StarCraft, and that was my thing. And her thing was tabletop, and we did the thing, but I just not really into it. I tried doing a campaign with D&D, and man, I don't know why. I just can't. It's so hard for me to get into it, and I don't really know why.
They take so much time. I love D&D. I used to do D&D on Mondays, right? And had so much fucking fun doing it. But good Christ, like we were playing 3 hours a night for 7 months, and we weren't even close to done. And I'm like, or three hours a week for 7 months. So that's what, 7 times 4, 28. We'll say 25. So 75 hours. And we weren't anywhere near the end. And it's like, I don't have time to do this anymore. Like I did in college, because who went to class?
Yeah.
And you could do all sorts of fun shit in college. But man, it's hard to do anything. Same with Warhammer. It's like, I just don't have 3 hours to sit down and roll dice. As fun as I might find it, I just don't have it anymore.
Yeah. I don't even know how D&D ends. I don't know how any of it works. I would just play like last time I did it, I played 5 games of it, and I kept showing up with my character and whatnot. And then I just stopped going because life is busy. So, but I just couldn't do it, man. I couldn't get into it for some reason. It's weird. I feel like a dumbass. By the way, boys, halfway to Fight Milk. And we are 30 likes away from 1,500 to Fight Milk. Thank you guys for the so much support from you boys. Shani and Disco Cobra, I love you guys, by the way. Legimon, appreciate you guys. You guys are goated as hell. We have hit Fight Milk on every single CamelCast since the first one. It's been wild as hell. And big shout out real quick to Gary for the last one, because that dude's a maniac. Oh my god. No chick maniac. Sorry. On the phone. Says, no chick wants to go back to your joint and play RPGs. Yeah, that's for damn sure.
No, that's for hanging with the boys and that one girl.
And
it's the boys and that one girl.
Always the one girl, yeah. Dude.
Yeah, she's like, no, I love RPGs. It's like, all right, well, check you off the list.
My God, dude. My God.
I wonder how many. I wonder how many ladies have actually converted that into a successful thing where they're like, no, I love, dude. So after my Twitch stream last night, we watched Pulp Fiction on Twitch. Fucking love that movie.
Oh, it's great.
And then I click off and it ends my show and it clicks me over because of my, since on Flashcast, we used to review the thoughts in the hot tubs. So that's like all my recommendeds are the hot tub streams, which is great. And it clicks me over to these two chicks who are in there and they're like, hi, I love Pokemon, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, do you? Like, has that worked for you? Is that a thing? I know it works on Twitch where guys are like, she loves Pokemon. I love Pokemon. Let me show her my Blastoise and my Voltorb and all this stuff. And they sit there and they like get really excited. These girls are like 8s, right? Like they're not playing Pokemon with you. They never are. But I wonder if there are any of those chicks out there who are like, they joined the D&D group and it turned into a beautiful marriage relationship with a totally fulfilling guy who was in a D&D group.
It's happened once. I've seen people that are like, I met on World of Warcraft, and they're two like normal looking people, and I'm like, that's really strange, actually. No, dude. But my favorite is the Twitter post or something, because you know how when like women go live for whatever reason, when we go live, we just post a link. When women go live, they post like 3 pictures of them sitting on their bed and like as selfies. And I'm like, why are they doing this? Anyways, I get it.
Why am I not doing this? Oh my God.
Titties out and stuff.
So some lingerie.
I should do that next. Yeah, I'm going to do that next CAMELCAST. So, but anyway.
You want a zippered thong?
Yeah. Dude, I got some. I got like a lot of thongs.
Wait, do you have a zippered, one with a zipper in the front?
Oh, no, I do not.
Be careful with those.
Oh, I mean, I've seen the movie, man. Something About Mary. Oh,
it doesn't work like that.
Oh my God.
It ain't good.
Why do you know so much about all these things? You know, you're the
what are you talking about?
Waldo and the zipper penis. What a degenerate. Yeah. No, but dude,
you gotta have some fucking fun in life.
My favorite is the girl that's sitting there and she's like about to play some like Warzone and she's holding her like Xbox controller and she looks like what's that one chick, Belle Delphine, and I'm like, this is some bullshit. Oh, it's
not
like
even fair.
Girl that got caught, like she was like a top player. She was like top 5 or top 10.
Well, she wasn't playing though, right?
She wasn't even playing. It was just
her like little brother.
Yeah, dude, that was wild. Speaking of wild horse, I love you, baby. I appreciate you coming in with that hot, delicious pink boy. Oh my God. Thank you so much, wild horse. I love you. Thank you. I
do want to say those the 2 girls who were hot tub streaming last night that I switched to. I watched them for a minute. It was so fucking funny because they were so vapid that like there was no content, and you could tell that they were they were begging the chat to do anything other than masturbate, because they're like, yeah, look, for 50 gifted subs, we'll change it to bikinis. And that was it. They had nothing. I was like, you can't even fill like for 5 minutes. I can't have come into the only dead part of the stream. And you can't fill content. They had 12 gifted subs out of 50. And I was like, you're a long way to go.
Yeah,
these dudes
are so tired, man.
You better start wiggling for those gifted subs, girls, because they were just sitting there in the tub. Like, you can't. There
better be a slip or some kind. Yeah, no, dude. Speaking of that, girl with real teeth, but they're bad or crooked or straight dentures. Real teeth. I kind of like the personality behind it.
Real teeth or straight dentures?
Real teeth that are crooked.
So bad teeth that are crooked. Straight. How crooked though?
Yeah, like if they're just normal crooked, like my bottom teeth look like a chainsaw. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, mine too.
Personality, but straight teeth freak me out. Like Boogie 298. They're
mine
like
drifted.
Like they're just so straight. I'm just like, this is freaking me out. It's like the back rooms, man.
Yeah, those are probably veneers.
But yeah, dude. Speaking of that, the Twitch stream.
Well, real quick on the teeth thing, I tell you, I have one of my front teeth is fake because it got knocked out by a dog. Fucking dog. It broke it. It actually didn't knock it out. It broke the tooth, and I had to get it extracted and then an implant and all that shit. I will tell you, aside from the fucking hassle of the implant, I wish all my teeth were fucking implants. Because
is it just easier?
If all your teeth were implants, you wouldn't have to do shit to them. They're impervious to decay. They don't decay. Like all you have to do is like to surface clean them is basically just drink water. Like they don't get dirty. Nothing happens to them. It's like, holy fuck. And you can't feel them. So it's like ice cream doesn't bother you. Nothing, like there's no sensitivity at all. If I could have all my teeth that way, it would be but it'd be so fucking painful, expensive, and take forever. I read about a doctor who did that. He was one of those Doctors Without Borders doctors. He got a tooth infection, and he had to like fly back from Africa to Germany to get his thing done. He said, "Pull them all, replace all of them, because I don't want to ever have this shit happen again and interfere with my work." I was like, "Whoa, damn, that's a charitable motherfucker."
That's pretty badass. But no, the Twitch streamers. So I went down a rabbit hole the other day because I was making stomach pancakes, right? And somebody said, some people aren't into the chase. Well, for some reason, when it comes to me, this is a weird thing. I like to find like the Twitch girl or like the underground girl. That's like kind of, you see a few pictures and she just exists on the internet. And then I'm like, I'm going to go down the rabbit hole and find it. Cause there's something about this girl. So I like to find it. It's like detective work, and of course, then you eventually find her porn and you're like, woo, and then you win, right? It's like a game. So, I'm saying, so I'm doing that, and dude, you would find out that you would see these girls and you would find out they have Twitch channels and they just became hot tub streamers and they used to do like just hardcore like Ukrainian porn.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
Because Twitch and OnlyFans, and they can't even barely speak English, and they just switched to it because
they make way more money.
People, there was this one girl, she was just doing scenes like $1,000 a pop. She just becomes an OnlyFans girl, and she's pretty hot, and she's just $1 million a freaking year now. And I'm like, and they don't even know that she has been ran through. Like they think that she's oh look, it's like a innocent girl, and she just happened. No, dude, she knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing, dude.
God, I just had a flashback of like a Boys to Men remake song with where they get back together and they do "Ran Through" with like 3-part harmonies.
Oh my god, yeah, holy dude. I have actually more.
They got that ass wrecked. She's been ran through.
Watch it drip out. Ooh, it's on my shoes. Yeah. Won't eat it.
I don't know how to hang from these beef curtains. Could you fucking imagine?
God. Jesus.
What a song. I now want to start a boy band. Like I want to do that just to do only fucking only thoughts. That'd be the album the title.
It'd be the band name would be Constant UTIs. Oh my god. Won't eat it. Super sticker for $50. I don't know why that felt right to do. I love you, won't eat it. Thank you so much. I love his picture. It says fuck it, little button. Thank you so much, dude. It's a huge drop. And don't forget, Karis. Look at this, man. You gotta
holy shit.
Post some duck faces with banana hammock photos on Twitter and you'll get it. Also, 298's teeth are all implants, costing like $35K to get. Well, dude, his teeth, like, you can look at a picture before and it's like 6 teeth and the rest are just rotten to the core.
Fuck.
So, thank you, Karis. By the way, I love you. I appreciate you. I hope I get to see you soon, man. I wish you were in Vegas, but I know things happened. So, and I apologize again. But yeah, dude, that's wild as hell, dude. It's wild as hell that you find out these girls. And speaking of that, do you know about the girl? What's her name? Chelsea Connolly, is that her name?
Chelsea Connolly. I'm googling right now.
It might be Chelsea Connolly. Somebody in the chat correct me, but she's an OnlyFans girl that rose to fame immediately, and she was pretty hot. She was kind of bimbo-y, but she's pretty hot. And she was dating this guy for a long period of time named Christian, Toby, short for Toby, and he's a black guy. And they had a very violent relationship. And by violent,
no, you're talking about the girl who murdered him?
Yeah, she stabbed him in the chest.
Courtney Clenny. She stabbed him in the chest, 4 inches into and severed his artery, 4 inches. She claims she tossed the knife in his direction and it just happened to go in 4 inches and kill him.
And it's so narcissistic when she gets on the phone to call the police. Of course, she's hysterical. And her guy's trying to calm her down as he dies. And he's like, I'm going to die, babe. I can't put my arms. I'm going to die. Calm down. And then he has
This is a different one. This isn't Courtney Clinton. Courtney Clinton is the one who stabbed her black boyfriend in the shoulder.
Is it not the same? Well, the one I'm talking about, she stabbed him right under his right above his right chest, like right above his nipple or right below it, I think. And of course, the knife throwing expert. Yes. So of course he dies. And yeah, he has to tell him the address because she's still making it all about her. And then when she finds out he died in the interrogation room, she's like, I need a hug. I need a hug. This can't be real. And I'm like, dude, you are going away for life. And I'm so excited because when you hear the phone calls of her and him fighting, it's like a recorded call, or they were on FaceTime and it got recorded. It was, of course, in the court stuff. And he's like, I didn't even do anything. I rode by the girl and she said hi, and I said hi on my bicycle, and that's it. And he's talking very calmly, and she is screaming at the top of her lungs, and her voice is breaking, and she's slamming shit, dude. And look, the reason he stayed with her, one, here's my theory. He stayed with her because her acting so jealous probably made him feel secure, because it makes him feel like he's got a lot going for him because she's pretty attractive and she's rich. And number two, he wasn't very attractive, and he's dating this rich ass hot OnlyFans girl, and he probably didn't want to lose that. I've seen dudes go through some hell to stay with girls that were attractive. Ooh. So my advice to anybody watching, if you see a guy, okay, and he is with, it's like one of your friends, and your friend is kind of an unattractive guy or average, and he's with a supermodel lady, she's crazy as shit behind closed doors, and no one else wants to put up with her shit. It's very
lady rackets.
It all makes sense now. Oh my god, dude.
I'm just a hypnotist, man. Calm that shit down. No, okay, people are saying that's the Courtney Clinton case. The funny thing is, have you ever seen her without makeup?
Yeah,
she looks terrible.
Yeah, but that's the great thing about women, is they can just keep that shit on 24/7.
It's true.
There you go. There you go. Minor Zircon, no late night show rackets. The first Rumble rant of the night. Thank you, dude.
No, sorry. I have to, speaking of Lady Raggets and her brand of crazy, which I love very much, I have to drive her somewhere at 6:45 in the AM tomorrow. Jeez. So I cannot do a show that's going to take me till 4 or 5 in the morning. I just can't do it tonight, but we'll be back on schedule tomorrow. I may do a locals live stream a little bit when we're a little bit after when we're done here. But as for Rumble and YouTube, that will be tomorrow. We'll be joined by Charlie Pierce. We'll be getting to know her a little bit more and talking a little bit over some disagreements on the Murdoch case. So that should be fun.
Ooh. See, some people are like, oh, they proved it without a shadow of a doubt. And I'm like, I don't feel like they did. There's just too much time that's not accounted for.
Yeah, there's reasonable alternative explanations for what happened. That is not that is the definition of reasonable doubt.
Yep. It just doesn't make sense to me. But look, granted, like you said, he could easily be guilty. It's just they didn't prove it well enough. So, you know, I was kind of shocked. Now, look, I thought he was going to get convicted the whole time. I thought it was leaning towards that way. You know how it is, man. It's been a while.
Yeah, no, I thought he'd get convicted too.
And the whole world's watching. But that being said, when I found out they only deliberated for 45 minutes, I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So this doesn't feel right. Something's off here. Because if they would have deliberated for like a day or a couple hours the rest of that day and then went into tomorrow a little bit, maybe it'd feel a little bit better. But yeah, 45 minutes. That's when people deliberate for 45 minutes, that's when like there's a video footage of the dude like bashing somebody's head in. That's when deliberation lasts 45 minutes. But I just there's too much nuance there. It kind of seems a little silly to me.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% with that. It was like that one. It was his character that was convicted. It wasn't the crime that was convicted. It wasn't his actions that day. It was his character was put on trial and he lost.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. Robot says, Nick, could I get a toast for my mom, Yvonne, who will be receiving an award tomorrow in Australia, IWD, for 50 years of volunteer work in an op shop that raises money for a major hospital in Melbourne.
I can pretend Australia is real for one toast, I guess. One day I'm going to try and go to Australia and they're going to be like,
sir,
no.
there's no flights available, and there never will be. You're like, wait, what? Everybody with an Australian accent's a fed.
All right, to Robot, a toast to your mother. 50 years of volunteer work, which is pretty crazy, to dedicate 50 years of your life to the service of other people. A cheers to her, a cheers to her endurance and her spirit and her giving nature. May we all find a fraction of that in our time to give to someone else for the benefit of ourselves, most importantly, for the benefit of our others and our communities. Cheers to her. Even though Australia's fake as shit.
Yes. What are you drinking?
That was Smoke Wagon that we got that I got in Vegas.
Ooh, was that the real smoky shit? The PD smoky shit?
No. This one, Smoke Wagon, is a Las Vegas local.
Okay, yeah.
It's not super peaty smoky. It's just good. But someone brought it to the show, and I've been drinking it. It's good stuff.
Yeah, the stuff that you let me try was
that Scotch that was really peaty and smoky.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That was a little bit better though than Highland Park. I don't know what is the Highland Park. I think it's 12. I have Highland Park number 12. Maybe it's pretty. It's just kind of a little bit too much. I don't know what it is. It's just a little too. It's like chewed up cigarettes, and that's all I get from it. 25 years single and pure. Damn cue ball. Damn. Damn cue ball. As long as you're clapping cheeks, man, I support you. Disco covers.
He said single and pure, my friend.
Oh no. All right.
Now look, here's what I'll say though. Virginity doesn't seem that bad when you have it.
Yeah. That's
when
true.
It's over, then it's like, fuck.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
That first time, I'll tell you like a very short story after this one. It says, I typically come from a Christian mindset when it comes to relationships. Since I'm not practicing as much as I used to, I'm curious, are open relationships really that cool, or polyamorous ones for that matter? Just not sure about them long term. I would not be in one, and I don't think they work. So that's pretty much my advice or my opinion on that. I don't see how they could ever work, because women they're genetically engineered based on biology to be seeking out the top tier peak possible man, whereas men generally will stay with one person as long as they know they're supported, right? So now men could leave too all the time. This is just a general, statement, but yeah, I know way too many friends that had open relationships because their girl wanted it, and then they leave them after like their third guy they met, and just seems a little dangerous to me. So I wouldn't be for it. What about you, Nick?
I would caution heavily against it. I know lots of people in various types of those situations, because it's a spectrum, right?
Yeah.
And the further down the spectrum that you go, what you'll often find is the ones who have long-term relationships that last through it, they have to bounce back a lot. Like there's no getting around the emotional turmoil that you go through in those things. So I would say for the overwhelming majority of people, and I believe for me as well, that's not a thing that that will work out, because you just, you see people and they're like, oh, I like this, it's cool. And then of course there's the one other person who comes along that their partner seems really into, and then they're like not so cool with it anymore all of a sudden, because jealousy is real.
Yep.
And it impacts everybody. So I think everybody doing it is playing with fire. So be hyper fucking cautious. And I don't think it has any place in marriages, especially. Like if you want to do a long-term dating relationship, be open, go for it. If you're in a marriage type situation, I think you're asking to end it, honestly.
Yep. And that doesn't mean it hasn't worked before, because a lot of people, there's people that are currently in these situations, and they'll get real mad at you for saying that. It's like, look, it may work for you. Keep in mind, it's not happened to you yet, but that still, maybe it works for some people, but for the general rule, people are jealous, people are wild. They may be okay with you smashing down, but as soon as you smash up, that's where everything gets freaking hairy as hell. And my advice would be, if your woman comes to you and she's like, I want an open relationship because she had just met another guy, I would either A, say no and lay down the law, or B, I would just leave immediately.
Here's I have an analogy for this. When I was in undergrad, my first year of undergrad, my sociology professor was this little tiny redheaded Irishman. I looked like a leprechaun. He once wore a green suit with tails, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Anyway, he talked about his class was like the hardest class at that school, and he said, every year I will have 1 or 2 students who don't take notes, who barely listen to the lectures, who don't do the homework, and they come in and they get 100% on the tests and they ace a class. It's like, I call them water walkers because they just pass through. There's nothing that they have to worry about. They are immune to everything that I do. And then he goes, you aren't that person. It won't work for you. So you may hear about the guy who went through my class, who didn't do any work and got 100%. That's not you, though. That is rare. They are the unicorn. And that's how people should treat these open relationships and polyamorous relationships. It's just like, it is a recipe for destruction in 99.999% of relationships. And yours probably is not that 0.001.
Yeah, exactly. James Deneen says, did you guys happen to see the quartering, pull a temple, and attack his fams, then blame it on bots? Love the show. Nick. You introduced me to Camelot. I saw something about him yesterday tripping balls, but I just assumed he was drunk or something because that happens sometimes. So
I don't
really follow it.
I've been out of commission
like
the past several days still.
Yeah, whenever I see like 8 quartering tweets in a row and he's just, something's going on, I'm just like, he's probably drunk. I do the same shit. So I don't really worry about it. So, I don't think he hasn't done anything quite Tim Pool level. Tim Pool went he went through another person to attack his fans, which is really weird. And it never really resolved itself. It's pretty strange. Kyle said they don't work because one person is going to be getting a lot more action than the other. And it's almost never going to be the man getting, well, yeah, of course, because as we all know, women, an average looking woman can have sex with almost any guy she comes in contact with. A man that is one of the most attractive men on earth, 6'4", a millionaire, pulls up in a Ferrari. You can go walk up to a lady on the street and be like, hey, do you want to hook up? And she's going to be like, oh, what? Get the hell away from me. And that's going to happen a lot, even though you have every attribute that possible that could attract a woman.
Yeah.
Not a woman. Women can do that. So yeah, of course your woman's going to be getting shit. Your woman could probably pick up girls better than you very easily. So like, yeah, it's not going to work.
Fucking, I mean, not to get too candid. I mean, it's not that candid. I've talked about it on my own stream. When Lady Raggets and I go out, chicks try to pick her up all the time.
Yeah.
Dudes trying to pick her up. Chicks try to pick her up. She's always like, my husband's right there.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. My husband's right there. And then they're usually very, very cool about it. And they're like, oh, hey, like the guys will be like, hey, your wife's beautiful. They give me a fist bump. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Cool. And they leave. But yeah, the amount of chicks who've tried to pick me up versus her, like, it's happened, but it happens to her constantly.
Yeah. It's like them beating people off with a damn freaking water hose, man. It's just, I've seen that shit. I've went out with, like I went to a club or maybe like a bar / club and been with like 2 or 3 of the like girls that I know. And dude, it is out. Girls come up to him, guys come up to him, and I'm just sitting there on the sidelines, just kind of chilling and drinking, like, because I'm not, I'm not involved. I'm having a good time. And they flock, and you can see it, dude. You can like watch this shit happen in real time. You'll see eyeballs go over, and then they start moseying on. You're like, I'm watching another one. Here comes another one. Here comes. It's fun to watch, to be honest. If you're like a people watcher, I love that shit.
Dude, it's funny as hell. Like, but it's also like, you go, wow. There's certain parts of life that women do live on easy mode.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's like that one lady. You remember that one lady where she was kind of androgynous looking, so she lived her life as a man for a year, and then she
went into severe
she committed suicide because, dude, like, you can walk down the street as a woman and say hi to people, wave, how you doing, You can get, dude. That's how it is. Now, granted, look, there's more there are dangers that exist if you're in like a densely freaking packed city, of course. But like a man, everybody will be like, "Oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, hey, dude, if you're a dude doing that shit, especially if you're not super attractive, bro." Every single person will be like, "What the fuck are you talking to me for?" Like, especially women, they'll be like, "Ugh, get away from me! What are you doing?"
The worst. I was like, I was talking about this the other day because some guy was like, how do I like approach and talk to women? I was like, well, first make eye contact. I'd say make eye contact twice, and then go up and just say hi, right?
Yep.
And I was like, worst thing she could say is no thanks or whatever. And someone says, clearly you've never heard ew, and I was like, oh fuck, I forgot about that one.
God.
Oh shit.
That was me in middle school. You know how long it took my ass. God, there'd be like the popular girl that's attractive, of course. And my fat ass thought it was a good idea. I'd like look at we would make eye contact sometimes, you know, for some weird reason. And she was probably making eye contact with me because I kept looking over there. She probably was looking at me. And of course, it took weeks for me to build up the courage because I'm a freaking kid.
Right.
And I walk over and I'm like, hey, how are you? And they immediately look at me up and down with that curled like brow. And they're like, ew. And I'm like, oh, and I just walk away and just sit at my desk like, oh fuck, I just fucked up. God.
It's like, yeah, okay. I'm sorry, ma'am. I was actually just asking if you could direct me to the cyanide fountain. I was trying to go.
Please turn on the Bunsen burner so I can put my face over it, please. Thank you. Yeah.
It's been such a long time since I've like approached someone with any sort of intention. So like the ew hasn't happened to me in fucking years. I've forgotten like what it's like to be in high school, right? But yeah, so it's funny because now I just go up and I buy everybody drinks. So people just talk to me. I don't give a shit like what they're like. I'm not trying to get in anybody's pants. So it makes things really simple because you just don't care. Yeah. And that's the beautiful part of like conversing with women is if you don't give a fuck what they say, they talk to you way more than if you care. It's great.
Just don't act awkward and don't be disingenuous. And I'm real good at it now. Like I've become really good at it because I just don't give a damn. Because I've been around women so much now. But speaking of not giving a damn, make sure you guys like to stream because we're 300 from 1,500. The record's Gary's at 2,000 Saturday, so we gotta break that record. And also, I love the chat revenue 6. We're 300 from 5 million bitches.
Saltstorm says, I buy them drinks to get out of the way so I can get mine. That works too. 100. Yes, it does. 100%. If there is a line at the bar, like a couple people deep, just walk right up to the front, be like, hey, I got you. And then hold out your credit card for the bartender to come up, buy the next 2 or 3 people drinks, and then buy and get yours. And then like you can either talk to them or walk the fuck away. But yeah, that's the way to skip the line. Trust me. I do it all the time.
You literally told me that when we were in Vegas. You were like, dude, I got a cheat code. And you were like, you go to the front and buy them drinks. And I'm like, shit, I've never thought about that for some reason. Like,
I always do it. I don't want to stand it. Dude, when I go to conventions, like when I'm at Matsuri, and I had a huge line at Matsuri, which blew me away. But even before that, when I go by and walk by Vic's line, people are like, I've been waiting 2 hours. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I wouldn't wait 2 hours for a fucking iPhone. Like I don't wait for anything like that. So when I see people just standing at the bar in a line, I'm like, oh my God, I just go right up to the front. Why would I fucking do that?
Dude, that reminds me, which is funny because it's the same thing. So when we were at Matsuri, Vic's line was out the damn building, right?
Yeah.
And I had just taken a picture of me in the Naked Snake, like cosplay, but I had the thong on instead of pants. And dude, his line was just stacked. And I just was like, oh, Vic. And I like walked up to his table and came behind it, was like, dude, check this out. I almost wore this. And he was like, oh my gosh, you should have. And then he's like, oh my God. You know, it was funny.
You know, Camelot, I really think that would have looked good on you.
Yeah.
I think it would have been great if you would have worn that to the convention.
Yeah. And then I was like, all right. And then he hugged me and I walked away. And all these people in the line are like, fuck? Like,
yeah, that's streamer privilege. That's streamer privilege, though.
Oh, yeah, that's
like
true.
we get that bullshit all the time. It's great. I've watched that. I got streamer privilege when I was playing like Diablo 2 or whatever. Like I was like, God damn it, I really want one of these. And like 8 people are like, bloop, 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 bloop. The DM started hitting up. They're like, I got one. And just let me in your game. And then they come in, they just start dropping shit. It's like, oh, fuck, that's tempting.
Well, that worked out really nicely. Yeah. It does make it. Yeah, it's pretty nice to finally get something in life.
Yeah.
Even though it was like, what did I got? Like free Trulies. Is that what they're called?
Those. Oh God. Those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They bought me like 4 of them. So
real quick, while we're talking about Vic, I got to say this to people, guys. Vic is a friend of mine. He's very cool, very nice guy.
Yep.
And if you like Vic, one of the things that he does that people may not know about is down in this place called Kingsland, Georgia, just north of the Florida border, like a couple miles on the coast. There's like a nuke sub facility there for the Navy or whatever. But when Vic did Star Trek Continues, they reconstructed the original series Star Trek set. And it's all in this warehouse in Georgia, and you can go tour it for free. And if you check the weekends, Vic is there 1 weekend a month. Now, in the summer months, they don't do it because it's not air conditioned and it's in Georgia. It's fucking murder. But in the spring, the fall, and the winter months, if you're anywhere near Kingsland, Georgia, check the schedule. Vic goes there 1 weekend a month. He gives the tour. And again, it's free. You can go meet him. You can go hang out with him. Or Kings Bay, whatever. Kings Bay, Georgia. I don't know what it's called. Go hang out there. It's super cool. Like, I don't even like Star Trek that much. Lady Raggeds is a fucking Star Trek fiend. So for her, she was like, whoa, this is awesome. And I'm like, wow, this is pretty neat. But go check it out. And if you want to meet Vic, that's a great way to do it. That isn't a million people in line at a convention. And so you can always check out when he's going to be there. And he loves, like, he is so gay for Star Trek. Like, he fucking loves it so much. He loves giving those tours, and they keep improving the set that they built. Even they keep making it even better than it was. So go check it out. It's really cool if you like that Star Trek shit.
Yeah, dude, Vic's just such an amazing man. I've never met somebody that immediately was so welcoming and friendly. Because I was with Anna, and she's like, "We're gonna go eat food with my friend," and I'm like, "Okay." And we get there, and it's just Vic Mignogna, and he's like, "Well, who are you?" And I'm like, "Camelot." And he's like, "Camelot," and he just hugs me, and then we just drank whiskey together. He was like, "What are you having?" And I'm like, "I guess a Jack and Coke." And he's like, "Well, that's what I'm going to get to then." And then I'm like,
"Oh God, I can hear him saying it in the gayest way possible."
Yeah, and then we just drank until we were both floopy as hell, and then we just hung out the rest of the night. Like,
yeah, he's cool as shit. He's super nice.
Great dude. Yeah. So when I read people, God, the trolls, man. When I read the stuff they say, I'm just like, man, you guys are dumb as hell. It's just the damn internet thing, man. It's all, we experience it every damn day. It's people in comments or going even further and trying to like message the people in real life or message sponsors or whatnot.
Well, I mean, we go through it all the time because people keep saying we're straight.
Yeah, and that's offensive to me because I love the cock. So
I only love yours, Camelot.
Oh my God, dude! Did you see the? So yeah, I said this earlier. So I put on Twitter, would you rather have sex with Blair White or the little bitty Indian lady that's like 38 centimeters tall? She looks like a toddler, right? And obviously, now look, this is obvious to me, but I would be balls deep in Blair White. And look, now this is a little bit more controversial, but I was like, dude, I would, if I have to do it, because it is a hypothetical.
You'll reach around.
I'm gonna enjoy it. Yeah, I'm gonna do everything.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go as hard as I can. So, but there's people in there that's like, I'm not gay, so I would never do that. And I'm like, what? So you would rather like hook up with this chick that literally looks like a baby because who are you trying to prove that you're not gay to? Yourself or who? Like, I must prove to who? Yourself? Because if you have to prove it to yourself, I feel like you having thoughts.
Look, Cam, I'm just gonna say it's gay as fuck.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. No, dude, I was talking to a donut operator today, and he was like, Blair White's gonna get it for real. And then somebody like responded to him, and they're like, dude, that's gay. And he's like, dude, the other one's a toddler. Like, come on. The secret's out, Campbell. I was gay for Star Trek. That's true.
I would just tuck my own balls into my own butthole. That's what I would do.
Full defense. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Look, after you use the baldo a few times, you can do it.
Yeah.
Stretch them out.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, but what would you do? What'd you do, Nick? Toddler or Blair White. Now the toddler's 29 years old though,
Toddler's 29.
but a female.
Is both an answer? Can we do both and?
I mean, I guess so.
What if I make Blair White do the toddler female?
How about you guys just do each other while I watch? Yeah.
Watch. Oh God, kill me. No, just end my life with a brick, man.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not down. I don't know how to answer that question. I don't think I could do it with either. I think it'd just be sitting there like this the whole time.
Yeah, Blair White's got a kind of a fat ass and a thin waistline.
No,
just pull the balls forward, so all you see is the brown.
Dude,
it's bleached as hell.
You can look at Blair White's ass all you want, but the second your eyes stray up to those shoulders, you go, God damn, that thing can do pull-ups. There's no way.
Look at the shoulders.
Don't look at the. What if she's like, no, I'll give you a hand job first. Like in those rough man hands come out.
No. You know she's using lotion and shit. You know she got come on. You know she's exfoliating every day.
Not a chance.
You gotta keep up with that shit. Hygiene style. You know,
someone North Paul says, "Oh, stop, Nick. You'd be smashing Blair all night, bro." No, I wouldn't, man. I couldn't do it. Like mentally, I couldn't get there. Dude, I don't even think I could get there with a different chick than Lady Ragged. Like, not even joking. I don't think I could even do it. Oh, and I'd be like, well, I mean, you can. That's fine. But I mean, my brain has been conditioned by 18 fucking years.
Is it like, you think it would be the thought of the betrayal or like not finding it attractive? What do you think? Is it just like the sheer shame?
I think it's that second. I think it's the shame. Like, I think it'd be like, fuck, what am I doing? Right? Like, oh my God. Where's my life gotten me to this point? Like, that's, I don't know if I could do it. I couldn't tell you.
Oh my gosh. If you think I'm popping in a Diablo 2 game to give you a free Stone of Jordan, you're absolutely nuts.
I haven't played Diablo 2 in a long time, but yes, you will.
Diablo 2 is good.
Give me that SOJ. Give me that. Give me that hot SOJ.
Oh my God. You know what I used to do? So when I played WoW, like back in the day, it was like, I think Burning Crusade had just came out. And I was playing WoW, and all my friends were making gold hand over fist through their professions because they had no lives, right? So they're like, dude, I'm making 1,000 gold a day off my professions that I've been leveling up because I never do anything else but play WoW. And I love WoW, you know, I love games, but I can't play 10 hours a day. I just can't. So I was like, how can I devise a plan? Okay. So me being a dumbass, I think it was 2009 or 10. I don't remember. And I just went to Orgrimmar, which is like the main city, you know, for the Horde. And I rolled a female character, got to level 10, went to Orgrimmar.
Mm-hmm.
And I just would talk to the general chat and copy and paste and say, my boyfriend broke up with me and like took all my gold. So I don't have any gold and I'm just looking for some gold so I can quest. And people would DM me and be like, hey, like, you know, you're looking for gold. I'm like, yeah, hey, I don't want you to give me gold for free. I'll send you like pictures of me like in my underwear. And I just got Google images of like kind of grainy pictures that look like they were taken that day or something. Because it was 2010. Dude, I made like 127,000 gold or some shit. It was wild. People would land on they would run by on their mounts and just drop me 5K. And then I would just send them pictures of the same Google image I found. It was wild, dude. And I felt like a damn like modern day, like freaking Billy the Kid or some shit. It was wild. This is a stick up, except with
holy shit.
That's how I did it, man.
Damn, that's well, wait. So you're sending nudes, like a woman's nudes?
Yeah, but it was like a random Google image that
fucking
I just Googled.
Fucking brilliant.
Yeah. And man,
dudes will pay for the grainiest tits all day. Even in 2010, porn was free.
Mm-hmm.
Porn has been free since 2002.
Yep.
And dudes are still out there like, oh yeah, I'll pay $50 a month for this. Like, why? What? Like, you need that new scene now? Like, it'll be out in 6 months.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need it now,
dude. The girl we were talking about earlier, the the girl that killed her boyfriend.
Yeah.
It was like, she's a famous OnlyFans, and I was like, huh, she's kind of hot. So I just Googled her, and of course her sex tape is right there, and I just watched it, and I'm like, oh, cool. There's her getting destroyed. She's just getting bent over, and then I was like, all right, cool. I've seen it, and then I closed it.
Was it good though? Because like a lot of times the sex tapes are really fucking terrible.
It was pretty solid. Like it was like a nice, like, phone camera amateur deal, where it wasn't like Belle Delphine's was cringe. Like,
I'm not worried about the cinematography. I'm worried about the performance, because
she knew what the hell she was doing, and that dude, like,
okay,
he was rocking like a pretty sizable thing, so it was all working out.
Because like I've seen a couple, and you're always like, I'm like,
I could do this better.
Like some of the OnlyFans girls or whatever, that their tapes will get leaked, and you're like, well, I mean, you're just laying there.
Yeah, that
like,
was
you're hot, like you're all done up and you look great, or like the cosplay ones, like, oh, you're super sexy or whatever, and then it's just like boring, and it's like that's the difference between the one difference between OnlyFans girl and a true porn star girl is those porn chicks, like they get into it. Yeah,
they arch their back, they throw into it, they make the faces, dude. Like
they do the hip wiggle thing.
Yeah, dude, like Belle Delphine, she just like bent over, and then her dude like shittily like kind of jiggled behind her, and she was like, ooh, 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 and I'm like, this is the worst thing.
Fucking embarrassing. You have Belle Delphine. You are not just absolutely devastating her. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I was like,
she should be crying, like happy, but also sad at the same time.
Punches and everything. Samuel Williams, the founding father, says, so Cam traffic people according to Eliza.
Yeah,
according to Eliza, yes, that's exactly what I did. The poor Google Images girl. Yeah, she made me a lot of gold. It was a great time. I was like, dude, I was young too. It was wild. It was a good time. I enjoyed that, man.
It's too fucking bad.
Pete says, why wouldn't you just pay for actual sex? That's a good point. It's good. Well, it's probably because these dudes that are like incels that are waiting for months and paying for this shit from Belle Delphine would end up choking a girl to death.
They're probably, to be fair, they're probably not out.
Yeah. Like
they're probably not out and about where this is going on, right? Like, because if you're hanging out at home watching porn, and no shade, did it forever, right? Yeah. But you're hanging out at home watching porn, whatever, and you're fine with that. You're probably not going to go out to like a place where you can find a hoe that you can pay. Yeah, that's just probably not going to happen.
Dude, did you see? This is kind of a change of subject a little bit. By the way, we'll lock the damn stream, bitches. 690 from the record, and what is that? 300 exactly till Fight Milk. So I was watching.
Fight Milk's gonna be hard.
Not as hard as me. Yeah, it's not hard for me. It's easy for me. So did you see that thing on Twitter where that teacher had sex with one of her students that was 13? And she got probation for a year or something. Like she didn't even get jail time. Obviously, if it was a dude, he would have been like killed on the spot. Let me look it up.
The disparity in teachers fucking their students is so ridiculous. And I hate that the justification is, well, the guy liked it.
Yeah.
Because two things. One, that can go both ways, right? Like the whole like statutory rape thing is statutory because usually consent is involved.
Yeah.
But two, so even so the guy likes it. Well, sometimes the girl might like it, but more importantly, it doesn't matter if they liked it or not. It's the fucking emotional damage that's done forever. The scarring on the person's psyche. Ew, God. Oh,
yeah. She
God damn it, Camelot.
She looks like Pepper. She looks like Pepper from American Horror Story season 2. Like she looks like one of those pinheads. 31-year-old Colorado woman admits to having sex with a 13-year-old middle schooler and having his baby won't face any jail time under plea deal. Wow. I think she just has to register as a sex offender. Like what?
Fuck.
What in the absolute hell, dude?
You know what? I take it back. The 13-year-old didn't like it. Look at that thing. Jesus Christ. How hideous.
I can only imagine what he looked like.
That's your first time, Camelot? Like, at least some of these teachers are hot, right? Like on occasion you see them and you're like, well, damn. And then it's like, and they were with 4 14-year-old boys. And you're like, well, damn. Like,
Yep.
I guess high fives to those guys, I guess. But Jesus.
Yeah.
But you see her, oh God, she looked like a WNBA player.
Yeah, dude, she looked like. And the weird thing is, if it's a man, like the double standard is there, right? If it's a man, that dude's not only is he being put under the jail for 20 or 25 years, 15, whatever. He's going that bitch. He gonna get shanked in the asshole immediately when he gets there, because that's the unspoken rule. These prisoners, they won't shank you when you get there, because that's like they have children and they're monsters, they're killers. So you get to that max, you get to the max security, stabbed in the ass.
Yeah, I personally think I think teachers who sleep with kids, I think that's a big fucking problem, a really big problem, and I think it should be punished harshly. And seeing the female teachers do it with shocking regularity, and with shocking regularity getting these plea deals, they're like, oh, 3 months in county jails. 3 fucking months.
It's almost worse, because it's almost like they're at a buffet. That's kind of what it's like, right? They're at this buffet where they can choose any child they want, and they have full access, and they can emotionally groom these children at any point in time. It's just the buffet for them. Whereas,
because society has told these kids to trust these teachers. It's told them you have to respect them, you have to trust them, you have to like them. Because if you don't like them, you get in fucking trouble constantly. Trust me.
Yep. So it's almost worse than somebody like getting on an app or trying to seek somebody out like that, which is that's still a horrific thing that deserves the wall. But these people in the classrooms, it's like a buffet. They can, there's nothing stopping them. So the thing that should stop them is them going to jail for the rest of their life.
And not that creature, but like an attractive woman having sex with like a 14, 15-year-old boy, the math formula for it is ask. Like it's their hormones are so far off the fucking charts. I mean, did you have any hot teachers? I had a couple. I
think there was 1 or 2.
Yeah, there 1 or 2 where if they just all they did was just say, "Hey, what's up, Camelot?
Yeah, I would have been.
You want to hang after class?" You would have came in your pants and then been like, "Okay, I'm ready again."
Yeah,
like,
100%. 100%. Like, and I say it's horrible now, but like when I was 13, 14, 15, 100%. It would have been the greatest thing that's ever happened. So, especially at that age, because that's all you're thinking about. That was all I thought about, So, yeah.
No, from about 13 years old to about 22. Guys don't think of anything other than sex. And then at 22, they squeeze in 1% of their time for work.
Yep. And that was like, dude, I was a kissless virgin until I was, almost basically 19. So I had my virginity story was like when I think I was 16, maybe. It was really quick and brief, and I don't really count it because it was very underwhelming, to be honest.
A girl punched you in the penis and you came?
No, I shit in her driveway because I got too nervous, and then I had sex with her. And
you shit in her driveway?
Yeah. So I went to meet her off MySpace, and she's 16, I'm 16, I think. I can't remember, something like that.
You went to her house and you took a shit in her driveway?
Yeah. So it was like a 2-hour drive, and I get to her house because I'm a dumbass, and I climb in her. I have to walk down the road from this trailer. I climb into her house window, and I've never been around a girl like really, you know what I'm saying? And we've been talking for a while on MySpace, and she's like, "Oh, okay. We should watch this movie." And I'm like, "Ah, cool." And we're watching it. And it was Labyrinth, by the way, David Bowie. So I was already getting ready, you know what I'm saying? Because it's Bulge in that movie. And I start getting these weird contractions. And I've never been...
He goes into shit labor.
I have never experienced this, ever. Like, I didn't know this, like, breaking out in sweat shits were a thing. Because I guess I was so nervous, right? So I'm having contractions, and I'm trying to push through because I realized that if I just hold it, it'll go away, because that's how it's always worked before. And it gets so bad. And I'm like, I have to use your bathroom. And she's like, dude, like my dad is sitting in a chair outside this door. You snuck into my house. He'll kill both of us. He'll shotgun you, which is adding to the stress. So I try to get through it. I wait a few more minutes, maybe 30 minutes, which seems like an eternity. And it's like pushing, and I'm planting my ass firmly against the floor as hard as I can. And it gets to the point where it's too bad. And I'm like, I have to leave. So I go to her window and I fall out of it like a cartoon character. And I'm running, I'm sprinting just to get as far away from her house as I can. I get to the end of her driveway, which is about 30 yards.
Plug your ass with your thumb?
No. It gets to the point where nothing else matters, right?
Yeah.
Fight or flight. And I just pull my pants down and I just shit. And it's projectile, just shitting everywhere. And it was the most satisfying thing I've ever experienced. And I took my socks off to wipe, And I look back at the window and the light.
Did you wiped with your socks?
Yeah. What else am I going to do? So,
I don't know. It never occurred to me to shit in a driveway in the first place.
Yeah,
so I guess socks are the best option.
So she's just, standing in the window watching me shit everywhere. And I go back to my Jeep and I drive to Walmart, get some wet wipes, and I shit again. And then she's like, come back. And I'm like, all right, cool. And I came back and I climbed in her window, and it was like freaking dark as hell in her room. And she slipped on a flesh balloon and just sat on me and like went down on me for like 4 whole minutes.
Guy, I hope that girl's watching right now. You angel.
Yeah, so that happened. And then I left. I don't really count it because it was such a weird, miserable experience that I didn't even enjoy. Because the first time I actually had a girlfriend and like inserted the Great Walls, it like was the most life-changing thing. Because I wore a condom when I was 16, right?
Yeah,
and I didn't have.
You didn't the other time, did you?
I didn't have one when I was 19, and I was either late 18 or just turned 19, and I slipped that bitch in, and it was like waking up for the first time.
Yeah,
it was like all these like endorphins just hitting, and I saw like sparks and fireworks, and I was like, oh my god. I think I audibly said that. I was like, oh my god.
Condoms are the fucking worst.
That's when I knew that I wasn't going to be using them ever again. And I think I used them like 4 times since then, and that was like 19. It was pretty funny. Maybe 4 times, maybe a couple, I don't know, a couple Tinder girls that I didn't really trust, which is probably less than I should have, to be honest, because I somehow made it through, though, without like getting the HIV. To be fair, dumping in the driveway is a better idea than stinking up their house in the beginning of dating, even if you're there without seeing it. Yeah, so her dad would have shotgunned my ass.
Even if not, you're like, well, look, I got to take a shit, but I really don't want you smelling my man musk for the rest of the night, and I'm going to power this thing down because it was a 2-hour drive. So I'm going to go in your driveway instead. I'm going to just go out there, and I'm going to just drop
it. God, dude. And very short one. When I was 19, I went to hang out with a girl, and she was so attractive, and it happened, dude. Like I had to just breaking out in sweat shits. But I was 19, she's 18. It's a house. Everybody knows I'm there. So I go in her bathroom, blow it up. Okay. Blow that shit to the roof. And
how often are you shitting in girls' bathrooms?
Apparently this shitting thing happens a lot to me. It's a nervous thing. So I'm shitting. I fill her toilet to the brim, right? And I go to flush it, and it just so happens, the luck of the stars, the water's turned off for that area.
Oh, of course.
So I just stuff that bitch as hard as I can with paper towels, so you can't see it anymore. Because if you can't see it,
when that got clogged up like crazy.
I left and never went back. Oh my god, dude! I still scored the goal though right after. It was rough, dude. It was rough. I destroyed that bitch. It was like the biggest ever too. It was an awful time.
Helena says, pro tip, light a match. Light a match. Oh my god.
I didn't want to blow the house up literally. I just tried to, figuratively. Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, did you get new socks when you went to Walmart? I gotta know.
Oh yeah. That was the quest, was new socks and wet wipes. Where did it go? There was a damn pink boy from Matt Self, and I was too busy talking about shitting in a driveway. I'm sorry, Matt. Let me get it. I'm gonna find it. It's right here somewhere.
I can't pull it up, but I can read it. Oh, there you go.
Says,
you got it.
Drove home for a long weekend down in Louisiana. Had our first crawfish bowl of the year with lady and friends. Go back to Bama with no traffic and had a live stream of Rackets. Camelot, great way to finish. Cheers, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Oh, you know what I would do for a fucking crawfish boil? Oh my god.
I would die, right? That's shellfish technically, correct?
Oh, are you allergic to shellfish? Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah. There you go. 240 till 5 milk. Thank you, my friend Matt. Yeah. I have so many friends like, let's get some shrimp, boy. And I'm like, I'll die. They're like, you're prove it to us, eat a shrimp. And I'm like, no.
Prove to us you'll fucking die from it. All right.
I had friends that wanted me to prove. And I'm like, I'm not doing it because I ate 4 shrimp. I was like 16 or 15. I can't remember, maybe 14. And I ate 4 shrimp and I woke up the next day and I looked like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yeah.
My face was just like, I couldn't open my eyes. Like my head was swelled up and stuff. I had to go to the hospital and shit. It was rough, dude. And they gave me a shot and it went away immediately. But yeah, they're like, yeah, you're allergic to the iodine and shellfish. You can't eat shellfish. And I'm like, okay, well, I know that now.
Drew Bradley says, I know a guy who caused 17 grand in damage to a bathroom after clogging the toilet, then using her dad's leaf blower to try and unclog it, blew the plumbing in the walls.
That sounds like a damn Always Sunny skit or something. Get the leaf blower. Get the leaf blower, Charlie.
Tom Hanks movie.
Why would you do that? Like, you could have done anything. No, dude, I was talking to a girl once. It happened to her. And she said she went to a dude's house that she was really crushing on. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And you've met this girl before, by the way. So she went to this dude's house. Okay. And she was like, man, I was like, dude, he was really hot and I was really nervous. And she's like, and I got the nervous shit. So she went to his bathroom, and just shit everywhere, right? Same thing. It wouldn't flush, right? And he didn't have a plunger. So this disgusting girl, reaches in there with her dick skinners and starts digging it out with her hands so it will flush, and throws it in like the shower and tries to shower it down.
Oh no!
I'm like, dude, just put the paper towels on it and leave it for somebody else to find. What are you doing?
Scoop. Don't ever scoop it. Don't scoop it,
man. Don't scoop the shit, man. Jesus Christ, Richard. You need to get the girls that are into letting you go on their chest. That way, no driveway. Dude, that shit would have burned through her chest. It was like acidic, man. It like burnt my ass.
Would have been like when you shoot one of the aliens, and alien, it bleeds on you.
Oh yeah, exactly, man. I think you're a guitar player, right? What do you think about the passing of Gary Rossington? I'm going to be real offensive and say I don't know who that is. And I apologize.
No fucking clue.
So much that I don't know who that is. It might not be my style of guitar that I frequent.
I'm not even sorry. He should have been more famous if you wanted me to know who he was.
Jesus, Nick. How can you say this about Mr. Gary? How can you say it? God, he was such a legend. Samuel says, you have a P.O. box? I own a company that makes American-made toolbox organizers. Since you work in your own cars like a real man, I'd love to send you some. I do have it. It's in the description. Thank you so much. Johan on the Rumble Rants says, took a girl out on a date once. Did not know she was a recovering alcoholic. She proceeded to get so drunk she shit herself in her car, stank for 2 weeks. Dude, I have the exact same story. It's one of my Tinder videos. Girl got so drunk that she like blacked out, and it was the worst. She threw up. It was awful. It was freaking awful,
dude. Mm-hmm. Okay, vomiting, I get. Like vomiting from drinking too much, I get. Yeah. But when I keep hearing these stories about chicks like shitting themselves, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't.
I respect it, man. I respect it. By the way,
you respect them shitting themselves.
Oh, being open about it. So I have
okay. Well, no, if it happens, you got to be open about it. That's true. But I mean, like in the first place, I've been extremely drunk.
Yeah.
And I cannot imagine ever just shitting my.
I haven't either. I haven't. I've been blackout to the brim. I've had a hangover for 4 days, like max amount, almost died. I still didn't shit myself. So that's a you thing, right? Because I don't like.
That's where you need to drink less.
Yeah, I'll throw up for 4 days straight, like at the worst possible. But I don't want to shit myself.
Real quick, it's the drummer it's the guitarist from Lynyrd Skynyrd, I guess.
Oh my gosh, yes, I heard about that today. It was he toured with Johnny Depp, a little bit. Yep. So I know I did hear about that today. I just didn't recognize the name because I'm a dumbass.
Again, maybe if his name would have been Lynyrd Skynyrd, I would have known who he was. But oh, Mr. Rossington, like what? I'm supposed to know that? I'm supposed to give a shit. Who is this? Who is this?
Arian said one time she blacked out, she pissed the bed. So I pissed the bed, I pissed the bed just because I pissed the bed before. You know, I've had a dream where I was just like in front of a toilet pissing so good, and then I woke up and I accidentally pissed myself. But that was the last time that happened. I was 10.
Yeah, I haven't pissed myself in fucking God 30 something years.
Now I've shit myself recently, but it wasn't because of drunk.
What? Why? Were you
drunk.
sick?
No, it was like 3 years ago on stream. I was playing Oblivion maybe, and I was just farting, like
Too
for
busy.
fun.
Yeah.
And it was just the consistency, and I accidentally, just little doppel, just
A little squirt. Yeah.
little squirt, and I was like, I'll be right back. Just shit myself. I said it on stream too. I was like, shit myself.
my.
Kind of fart, and it was just a little bit of that Windex bottle. Just a little bit of it.
That's horrifying.
It was pretty terrible.
That's fucking horrifying.
What's the drunkest you've ever been in your entire life?
Other than the Vegas show?
Dude,
I do not know how I did not throw up. I really don't. Lady Raggets keeps telling me stuff about that night. I'm like, nope, don't remember any of that. I don't remember shit. My locals chat, I mentioned this. They're like I woke up that morning. I had writing on this shoulder, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Locals like, oh, you probably took your shirt off. I'm like, I didn't take my shirt off, you dumbasses. And then they start posting pictures of me with my shirt off and some guy signing my shoulder. It was because I did the established titles rant, and I said I was going to sell space on my shoulder for established shoulders. That was the joke. I found out now. It was probably funny at the time, but I don't remember fucking any of it. But one of the worst. Okay, I got two. The 2 times I've been the drunkest. One was, I think it was the second debate stream for the presidential debate in 2020. And I had to leave the stream. Drex came to my house. He got there. I was in the bathroom just vomiting. And Drex came downstairs. Ty was on stream. Drex and Ty closed out the show. It took him like 4 hours, which is great to do that. And then the other one was actually right after college. We held a party at my house. We used to hold parties quite a bit. We were playing gestures, right?
Yeah.
And I got real good at gestures when I was drunk. But I got watermelon Smirnoff vodka, not Smirnoff Ice, not the malt liquor, but like the vodka stuff. It's like 35% alcohol. And I decided to make a mixed drink, and it was ice and watermelon vodka in a blender. Ooh. And I blended that up into a slushie. And no one else wanted it. So I poured a fucking glass of this stuff. And I'm just like.
So like 20 ounces. So that's like 10 shots. More than 10 shots. Like 15.
God, it was unreal.
Oh my God.
How drunk I got. I mean, I was so fucking tossed. And that was the first time I got drunk enough to like throw up. And I could not stop. It was bad.
Oh, I hate it. I hate that feeling. I hate it more than anything. Zero Empathy says, had a 3-hour bus ride, had to shit before I got on, held it the whole ride, mile walk from the bus to the house, got all the way to the front door, turned the knob and shit my pants. Worst day ever. But at least you shit your pants at home, dude. Like, could you imagine shitting on the bus the whole time? Oh my God, dude. I couldn't even imagine. The drunkest I'd ever been. The drunkest I've ever been was, man, I think about this a lot too. So I matched with this girl on Tinder. Her name was Vicky, and she was mind-bogglingly hot. And she was one of those girls, those blonde girls that are just, they overshare, but they're kind of laid back and cool, and just kind of a floopy, thick bitch, but not like in a bad way. Like probably 125, fat ass, fat thighs, just good looking. She's a badass. So
it's funny because you can say that all day, and I will not ever understand what you mean. But I got you.
Anyways, so
this is not great. My thing, man.
She looked great.
Thin legs. I want Samson to be able to stand between those thighs and hold them apart, man. That's what I want. Yeah. I want him to look up and see the fucking beef curtains hanging above like that.
They're just on your face. Yeah.
I love thigh gaps.
I do.
Way too much for fat thighs to ever be a thing.
Well, so she comes over to my house, right? Of course, because that's how this always starts. And she brings brandy. She just brings brandy, like a bottle of brandy. And I'm like, all right, cool. And she's like, hey, let's go shot for shot. Do you want to do that? And I'm like, yeah, I can drink this girl on the table. I'm an expert, right? Well, I was on a cutting diet, and I had eaten my egg whites and my grilled chicken, and that's all I had that day, right? And I forgot to eat after the gym too, because I was excited to hang out with this girl. So I had nothing to eat, basically. She came directly from the Mexican restaurant to my house after she pounded like a freaking 1,000 calories, right? So she gets to my house and we turn on Fellowship of the Ring and start going shot for shot.
Oh, fuck.
So I think we hit 14. And I remember Fellowship was like a quarter of the way through and everything started getting like flickery. And all of a sudden it was halfway through 2 towers.
Oh,
so
shit.
that was like 5 hours.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. And then I kept flickering and I just saw her titties and it was like dark and we were in my bed. And I was like coming in and out. And then I woke up the next day at like 5 a.m. and I went and just threw up my entire like guts. And she left, of course. And I threw up for about 4 days. And I remember Googling every single day, even though I've already Googled it. Again and again, I Googled how long does a hangover last? And I was like, it was like typically 24 hours. And I'm like, oh my God, it's been like freaking 3 days, dude. And I thought,
okay, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
But no, but that was it. Yeah, I thought I was gonna die. And that was my worst easily ever.
I realized I do have a third tie and it involves Yellow Flash.
Oh no. Like
when
a third
we were,
story?
Yeah. When
Oh,
we were
God.
when we were in Knoxville for Bubba Fest.
Yeah.
Where I met Chuck Norris, Dog the Bounty Hunter, Jamie Lannister, Kerry Tagawa,
Oh, sweet.
the guy who played the Flash. Like, it was a good convention. Flash and I went out one night. I had already been out with Lady Raggets, drinking for a little bit, and then we met up with Tug and Flash, and we were all four of us were drinking at the hotel bar till it closed down, and then Tug went to bed with his wife, and he had a newborn at the time. And then Lady Rackets went back to our room, and Flash and I are like, we're on a fucking quest. We're going to go find the last places alive in Knoxville. And we found this bar that was open till 3 a.m.
Damn.
And we went and we got there. This is where my how to appease a fat girl story came from. But because they served food and I bought a pizza and Flash made this fat chick pissed. Because he's like, you know who we are? We're very important YouTubers. I mean, our channels were small at the time, like comparatively. Like we're at like, I was at like 50, 60,000 subs. He was somewhere around there too. It's like, we're very important YouTubers, you know, right? And she starts getting really pissed off at him. And I'm like, here. And I just opened the pizza box and she's like,
literally the heavy breathing
like,
gif of the cat.
And I'm like, have one. And she grabs 2 pieces of pizza. And I was like, or 2, I guess. Right. She walked off because I thought she was going to kill Flash.
You cured her.
He keeps buying me Washington apples. Have you ever had a Washington apple? Have you ever drank Snapple apple?
Yeah.
You know how it just tastes like biting a Red Delicious apple?
Yeah.
Imagine that, but it's full of fucking vodka or whatever. All they taste like is just apple. They taste delicious. It's just sugar. And we were pounding these things. I had 14 or 15 fucking shots. And then we laid outside on the ground by the homeless people, learning homeless people stories in the middle of Knoxville, Tennessee at like 4 a.m. I bought some guy an Uber to somewhere. Some homeless guy was like, man, I can't get home. My home's too far away. I'm like, I got you, bro. I bought him an Uber and sent him to his house. He probably murdered that family. Like, I have no idea. Like, I was like, I'm in altruism mode and I'm going to help this gentleman get home. Not even considering why he's downtown Knoxville drinking himself to death under a fucking archway at 4 a.m. and that he probably shouldn't be sent home at all. But I did it. And my God, I got back to my hotel room. And I went to sleep and then I woke up and threw up. I threw up like all fucking day. And all I was trying to do was get any food in my stomach, like some greasy eggs or something to try and kill that hangover.
Yeah.
Nothing worked. I spent the whole day and I had to go to the convention too. So I'm like cold sweat, shudder. God, it's gross.
There's nothing, and I mean nothing worse than that freaking feeling. Ludgemon says, freshman year at Auburn, I drank 2 bottles of Mad Dog 2020 in an hour. The next day, everything was painted purple.
Ugh.
Oh my God.
Mad Dog, gross. You got that. That's the thing. The type of liquor that you drink will not necessarily impact how drunk you get, but it will impact how fucked up you feel.
Yeah.
And if you one stream I was mixing, I got these military special vodka, right? Or how about military special West Indies rum?
Is that a plastic bottle? Yep. That's when
I was doing shots of these like every $200 on my stream, and we rotated through 4 of them. It was like rum, gin, whiskey, or the bourbon, and then the vodka. And it was rum, tequila, bourbon, vodka. I mean, I have not felt that sick in a long time. Like the mixture of those alcohols was fucking gross.
Oh, you know what that reminds me of? Real quick, Alaxi exactly says my girlfriend had migraines that would cause her to throw up. Threw up in my car once. At least there was a bag. Yeah, my friend threw up in my car once, and it wasn't a bag. He just threw up all over me because I was driving, and he was in the passenger seat, and then he tried to jump out the door because he wanted to die for some reason. It was a weird time.
Hey, pro tip: if you guys know my kids get motion sick a lot. If you drive people around who get motion sick, you can go on Amazon and buy those hospital bags. They're these little. They're like a little circle of plastic, and then they have a bag that hangs down. They're the vomit bags from hospitals. You can get like 100 pack of those on Amazon, pretty cheap. Trust me, they will save your fucking car, and they will save your nose too. Because like they'll vomit in that thing, and then you just twist it and hold on to it till you get to a gas station, throw it away. Like, get them, get all of them.
Yeah, luckily I don't get motion sick. Man, I do if I play VR games, I throw up immediately, so I can't do those, unfortunately. But that reminds me of that concoction that we made for when we hit double fat milk in Vegas. We did
garbage can punch.
It was like 5 or 6 different liquors.
Yeah.
And Monster was mixed in. And It was like 12 at night or some shit, which was 2 where I'm drunk.
Yeah.
We're just drinking this shit. That was rough. That was rough as hell. Speaking of fat milk, we are 160 away, the closest we've been easily. And then there's the stretch goal after that of double fat milk. Oh my God, which Gary did, which I'm very surprised. That dude's a champion. And 500 likes from beating the record, the Gary Nerdrotic record.
Oh, and if you guys think I'm not going to do fight milk like some sort of bitch, you're wrong. I'm definitely doing fight milk.
Yeah, dude. So far, a lot of people have done it. It's pretty, and Nick will be the only person that's done it technically twice, but the garbage punch was pretty freaking bad. Ooh. It was way more alcoholic, dude. I was tripping balls when we went and we hung out with the people from the show. I was like, yeah, really warm, and I
was pretty lit up after those drinks.
Yeah, it was fun, dude. It was a lot of fun. I miss Vegas already. Sad. I'm so sad. Hopefully we can do that in Nashville as well. Nashville's pretty nice in downtown area. You can go a lot of places. I did a music video in Nashville for a band once. And we took like the entire drums and everything to this street, set that shit up as fast as we could, and took like 20 takes, and we got kicked. They were police showing up and shit. It worked out though. And so Nashville's pretty cool. Just don't get stabbed. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I can't wait for Nashville. I'm pumped.
Yeah. Yep, it's gonna be a freaking lot of fun, dude. A lot of fun. Nick, when the TV ads for lawyers come on, they advertise that such client got $100,000 plus, for example, scarring. Is that actually true? I personally don't believe it, but want Nick's professional opinion.
It depends on the scar. If the scar is on your face, you can get hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars. If you're some sort of model and you have scars on a visible part of your body, yeah, huge. If it's on an intimate area, massive money. A penis, vagina, breasts, ass, some sort of scar. Yeah, I mean, any permanent scar is considered a permanent disfigurement under the law, which makes it brings it up into the like highest category of not dying injuries that you've got. It's treated similarly to losing like a pinky finger or pinky toe or something like that. So yeah, permanent scars. Again, anything on your face, your forehead, your eyes, your cheeks, your nose, anything that's going to be visible, especially if it's one of those scars like on your lip that like will tug your lip down in a section.
Yeah.
Like anything that will draw attention to it is bad. You get a scar, like a little like a half-inch scar on the back of your shoulder blade. No one's gonna give a fuck about that. You're not gonna get a bunch of money. But but of course, also if you're like a hand model and you get a scarred up on your hand and it fucks up your career, that's a whole different story. But just for normal people, any visible scars, wrists, hands, again, face, neck, any of that stuff, even midriff for women, especially because if it impacts your ability to wear swimsuits and stuff like that. Yeah. Permanent scars can definitely get a lot of money. You'll never get rid of them ever for the rest of your life. Is changed because this person, something you didn't do.
So if I was on a plane, there was a lot of turbulence and I slipped and fell and caught my eyelid on a little arm thing and it was sharp and it cut me up and then I just didn't let it heal for like a week and I kept fucking with it. There's your scar money.
Could be. If you got to assign blame to the like it has to be someone's fault. Like turbulence might not be your fault, but if the airline didn't have the seatbelt sign up on it or something, some sort of thing like that, some way that you can blame the airline, hell yeah, you'll get a settlement out of their insurance company anyway.
Well, good. Well, I'll remember that next time there's turbulence and there's no seatbelt sign because your boy don't mind looking like a scar. I'm gonna be honest. I got migraines that make me go blind. Jesus, throw up and cause strokes. Jesus, they may even be micro seizures. My father died from one a few years back. That is brutal, man. I'm sorry to hear that. God, Jesus, can you imagine? So
that sounds terrible.
Yeah, it sounds like it could just come on at any time. Like, oh my God, could you imagine? Oh, imagine like feeling it come on. Like, like not knowing what's going to happen. So I have a question. Did you see where Tennessee, now they outlawed public drag shows, right? Do you see that?
Yeah. Yep.
And I think
anywhere children might be present.
Right. And then also minors are not allowed if they are in a private place, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you for that? You agree with it?
I think so. All of the other shows that are discussed in the bill, that strip shows, burlesque, all of that stuff are already relegated to 18 plus facilities.
Yeah.
Like you can't throw up a stripper pole in a public park, have some chick drop her panties and spread the gates, right? And slide down the pole upside down with her titties. Like you can't do that. But you can if it's a drag show and you got a big fucking bulge sitting there rubbing down the pole. Like that's, for whatever reason, we're like, no, this is okay. I'm sorry. If it's good for the gander, it's good enough for the goose with a giant fucking cock. Yeah. In my opinion, do I think drag shows will murder children? No, I think they're bad. I don't think kids need to see them. I don't think there's any sort of concept of what's going on in general. But at the same time, like, I don't think a strip show murders a child either. I think they're damaging in other ways, in the same ways that a drag show is. So put it all in the same fucking category. No kids, not in a public display. Perfectly fine by me.
Yeah,
I feel like the fucking issue.
I'm so surprised that anybody has a problem with it because it seems perfectly reasonable. Like,
it's just consistent with all of the other laws that exist.
Yeah, and the fact of the matter is, I was talking to Helena about this. Eventually, let's just for some odd reason say, which it is in a lot of places, kids are allowed to go to these drag shows. Eventually, one person is going to get hyped that's in these drag shows. They're going to get down to the draws. And people that claim it's not happening, that's a bad defense because there's a new video on Twitter of 5 times a day of it happening. Of little kids sitting there in Indian style and a dude in a thong with his balls hanging out the side of it.
Gonna do the splits and he's got ball hair hanging out of his fucking mankini. Like, no, stop it.
So, I feel like it's very reasonable to just keep children out of it. Like, just keep them completely out of it. And I don't understand what the problem is there. And it's like, well, drag shows are, they're fun. I'm like, no. Like, just make it consistent. It's the same thing with, it's the same the defense, right? So when you talk about, kids getting gender affirming care. So let's say hormones at 13 or double mastectomy at 13, 14, 15. I feel like that's not okay.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Because again, it's bringing children into the conversation, and children, dude, you know how stupid I was at 13? What if I made a choice at 13? Me, Cody, made a choice at 13 that
would
be
a man
forever. Yes, would forever alter my life. I can't even imagine. I don't even remember what I was doing at 13.
We don't let kids get piercings, body piercings until 16 or 18 with 16 with parental consent. I think 18 without it. We don't let them get tattoos even with parental consent before they're 18 because it's a permanent body modification. It's like, well, but chop your dick off. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. The amazing thing about this is simple. Whatever you want to do to your body when you turn 18, I don't give a fuck.
Agreed.
You want to chop your foot off, like you want to become trans-abled and get in a wheelchair, whatever you want to paralyze your spine, you want to take an arm off. I don't fucking care. You want to turn yourself into a man, a woman, you want to turn yourself into like a dog or a goat. I don't fucking care. Get little horns implanted. I've seen those people with like the crazy body modifications to get the forked tongues. Do whatever. It literally doesn't bother me. Leave the fucking kids alone. Because a 13-year-old kid, not only do they make bad decisions in general, they also have an identity issue in that not that they're having trouble identifying if they're man or woman, they're having trouble identifying who they are at all. And everybody went through this just about in junior high where you're like, it's an uncomfortable time in your life. You're like, I don't know what this is. I don't know if guys like me, girls like me. I have no idea. I don't know who I am. I don't know what I like. And then now there's this insidious push to take advantage of that level of uncertainty that's going on and to say, actually, this means that you are the other gender, which is a weird fucking thing to do, but it's going on constantly. All this will solve all their problems. And it usually does not.
No, it's like, it reminds me of the conversation around SSRIs. And there's a reason behind it because SSRIs, they don't really fix the issue. And sometimes they can make it worse because those feelings you're feeling when you're not on them, you aren't afraid of acting on them when you're on SSRIs because it makes everything numb, not just your sadness or happiness or whatever. So that's dangerous for some people. So it works for some people though. So I can acknowledge that. But what is a psychiatrist going to do, or somebody that can recommend those drugs? What are they going to do when you come in and you're like, I'm not feeling complete, not fulfilled, I'm feeling kind of bad, having weird thoughts? The first thing they're going to do is they're going to prescribe you something. Why? Because it's job security for them. All right. Yeah. Why do you think piano tuners and piano professions, like piano builders, why do you think they tell you to hire a professional for $1,000 for a checkup rather than do it yourself or learn how? Because I can tune a piano all day. It's not hard. Why do they tell you to do that? Job security. So that's the same thing from, somebody that can recommend drugs like that. It's job security plus it's profit in that way. So let's assume that you're a surgeon or something to that matter that deals in that field. 13, 14, 15-year-old girl comes in, they want a double mastectomy because it's gender affirming care. What is the most profitable thing for them to do? It's to recommend that immediately. Why? Because they have a patient for life, and also it's job security. It all boils down to that. And also they know better, right? They want to influence. They want to influence change.
Do you remember that video that was circulating around probably 6 months ago? Maybe it was 8 months ago, somewhere in there, where it was university talking about how much they made from these things, like lifetime hormone treatments. Like that's $80,000 of lifetime hormone treatments. Double mastectomy, $120,000 surgery. It's like, holy shit. And they're getting and they're getting paid for by insurance companies now in a lot of cases. So they don't even have to hard sell it. They just have to sell the concept because the cost is gone.
Yep. That's it. And the I guess the solution to this is extremely simple for me. Like you said, I don't care what you do. Like, I have no problem with trans people at all. And not even a little, right? I said I'd freaking doggy style Blair White. I'm totally cool with it. Like, and that's the big deal, right? So the fact that,
I cannot endorse or abide.
Yes. So, but I don't have a problem with anything like that. I'm just saying there has to be a hard line at 18. Why? Set that precedent. Make it a damn constitutional amendment, man. Put that hard line at 18. Okay. And the reason being, because if you don't, maybe it's rare, but every so often a 13, 14, or 15-year-old is going to end up having something happen. They're going to regret it for damn sure because you don't know at 13. You just don't know. Oh, I'm a tomboy. I like boy things. And then you have an impressionable mom that grew up in LA and she wants to put it all over her Twitter and her TikTok. Suddenly, you're a boy. And then you get to 20 and you're like, wow, I really wish I had my boobies and was not on hormones, because that was literally, it's like
I could have done OnlyFans.
Yeah, it's like a gothic phase. You can wipe off the eyeliner, man. You can wipe it off all day. There's a reason why 20% of Gen Zers identify as non-binary or trans. 20%.
I think we were talking about this in Vegas. The interesting thing is this all stems from this idea of cultural norms around gender roles and stuff. And so we go, these kids are going, I feel like a girl. And it's like, well, what the fuck is that? Like, what is that thing that makes you feel like a girl? Well, I like this thing. I like to do this. It's like, well, okay, those are gender roles and those are gender normative ideas, but that doesn't mean that that's the gender that you are. That just means that you like a thing that is typically not associated with your gender.
Yeah.
And that's a whole different question. That's a fine thing. Maybe that's a phase. Maybe it's a psychology. I don't know. Maybe it's permanent. But then that's different from the people who have true like body dysmorphia or body dysphoria, whatever the word is, which is an extremely small percentage of the population who actually have this thing. But it's like when you're associating activities, and this is a lot of times what parents are doing to their kids when they're young. Oh, my little son likes dolls, therefore he's a girl. It's like, whoa, that's not the measurement, homie.
Yeah.
Well, I better start putting him in dresses. I better start doing this. And then that's self-reinforcing. And that gets them to that point of saying, I'm actually in the wrong body later in life. And so I have big problems with it because, again, my whole thing is always just stay away from the kids. If we have 18-year-old to make life-changing decisions, then let's just go ahead and keep the fucking 18 as the barometer. It's a really simple answer on doing that.
Yeah, it's, you know what it reminds me of? I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong because trailer park, but what is it called? Munchausen's by
Munchausen by proxy,
so
yeah.
What if you just want to transition your son? And I saw a TikTok the other day.
Because it's chic and hip.
Yeah, and there was a guy, and he was like 30 or 28, and he's like, my 3-year-old came up to me, and he was holding a doll, and I was like, oh my God, are you a girl? And now he's living life as a girl. And I'm like, because he held a doll. Dude, I used to take their clothes off and make them bang all the time, Barbies and shit. Like, I was doing that stuff. I was playing with Barbies and stuff because they were just it was just a toy for me to play with, and I played with all of them. So, and now that kid, they're gonna do everything they can. And what do you want to do when you're a child? What's like the main thing you want to do when you're a child all the way up into your teens? What do you want to do? You
just
won't
play.
Please your parents.
Oh yeah, well, I guess.
Yeah, if your mom is like, you're 5 and your mom's
right.
Like, are you a girl? Are you a girl? Say you're a girl. And you're like, oh yeah, I'm a girl, Mom. Yeah, I'm a girl. And then that's it. Now, a few years later, if we don't have a law to set a precedent, 6, 7, 8 years later, now you're on hormones because you were indoctrinated into this. And then when you finally get to that age, which 18 is still pretty low, but that there has to be a line, right? So when you get to 25, 26, I was probably 26, right? When I was like almost like self-aware into my current mind, 26, 27, I was like, holy shit, I was dumb like before all this, you know? And each year that passes, I feel like I have more in there, more, I can see things from other perspectives and stuff and really think about stuff. Man, you cannot at 13. There's no way. So you're just doing whatever your parents pushed you into doing. Like, look at Asians, man. Like, how many Asians?
Look at Asians.
Just look at them. Just look at them. No, like, God,
they can't look back.
No,
they don't have a wide enough field of vision.
But look at them. Like every other Asian kid is a master pianist or a master violin player, and they're a doctor. Why? Because their parents were like, whoop, and they pushed them in that way. And that's a hard route to go. Going to medical school, becoming a master pianist, very, very hard, right? And they have to be, and they make it through that. It's not as hard to just say, Mommy thinks you're a girl, so you're a girl. Okay, Mom, I love you. That's it. You didn't have to do anything. You didn't have to learn shit. There you go. So I think it's very, very easy to be indoctrinated into that. And 20% of Gen Z identifying that way, that's terrifying because that's the actual percentage of people that have like gender dysmorphia is so much lower. Like
it's tiny.
So it's terrifying. Somebody said, did we make Fight Milk? We are 150 exactly away from Fight Milk. So we have not made.
Oh, it doesn't look like we're going to do it.
Thank God, right? No. And 340 likes until 440 likes. I can't do the math until 2000. The record. Brainwashing is real, folks. Oh, of course it is. Of course, we're all brainwashed by something to a degree of something, to a percentage of something. I'm brainwashed by something, but like we got to just lower it in certain standards. They got to be lower. Did you see the video of like Joe Biden walking with what's that dude's name? Al Sharpton and all the like.
And Selma.
Yeah, and they're just walking hand in hand, and I'm like, who believes this political theater? It's so weird and cringy to me. It's like, who is this for now?
Well, is it the same as when Biden was calling them super predators? Like when he was talking about how horrible blacks were?
Yeah, that's wild, man. It's wild.
It's the fucking makeup, right? He's got to do his penance because of course he has to do it. But it's like we're all supposed to forget that Biden was fucking horrible.
Yeah,
like he was a monster. It was the '94 crime bill or something, along with Hillary Clinton, if I remember right. I mean, these people were literally targeting blacks and saying we need to put them away specifically because they just cannot assimilate into American culture. It's like, holy fuck. Yeah. And they just get all of the apology forever. You don't.
It's almost like there's a lot of confirmation bias there. And also we have become too tribal, man. And look, so I'm not very political. I'm more center than anything. But the issue is that there is what is the margin of error probably for like people that will vote on the right until they die versus the left. Like you could, like for example, Trump could like saw a dude's head off on live TV and he'll get votes. And vice versa. Biden could do the same damn thing. I mean, he said if you're not black, if you vote, you don't vote for me. So he said that shit, you know. So he has like touched every.
You ain't black.
Like there's videos of him caressing little girls' chests and stuff. Like what the fuck? But people they will always think a certain way, and they do not care. As long as they win, it's a giant football game to these people. And I've never understood that shit, and that's why I don't like political theater because it's cringy. It's like when Gavin Newsom was wearing a mask at his podium, and then the next day he was at in LA at a party, like getting drunk, like maskless with a bunch of celebrities. But also, we're telling everybody else that we need to make sacrifice.
Yeah, y'all can't do this. Y'all can't hang out with cool people and get drunk, but I can.
Yeah, exactly. It's all farce. It's all bullshit, and I'll never understand that shit. And like I said, like I don't get too political because I think it's all a farce. All I am in favor of is if something can benefit people, and it's somebody's trying to gain support doing it. Like I'm all about it. For example, abolishing the IRS. That's going to help a lot of damn people. And I'm like,
fuck out of my life.
They may be trying to score some points. I get what they're doing, but if that passed, and maybe it gets some support now, and then in the future it can pass, it's going to help a lot of damn people. Like it may be political theater, but it'll help a lot of people. And if anybody in the chat says, "But what about the roads?" I will throw myself out this window head first.
Yep.
God damn it. What about the roads? Squid! Someone get us the rest of the way, Squid says. Squid with the first red super chat of the stream. We are 40 cents away from 5 million.
40 cents?
Why do people always have fake countries in their name? Aussie Overload.
He's upside down most of the time. We can't rely on him. He's hanging upside down.
Overlord. Aussie Overlord. I really, really like your logo, dude, by the way. It's kick ass. 74.52 in fake money, which equals about 98 cents in American. I appreciate you so much for that, dude. I'm just kidding.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Whose birthday is it? Carrie? Purry?
So wait, I got to go make some fight milk? Is that what you're telling me?
You're going to have to make some fight milk. Or just get some eggs in a glass.
Well, here's the question. Do I do the fight milk with Fairlife whole milk or Fairlife vanilla protein shake?
How much grams is in a scoop of it? Or is it
it's the pre-made. It's 16 ounces, 42 grams.
8 ounces of milk. That's 27 grams. Yeah, I do that. That gets you right at your 40. Because you always shoot for 40, right? That sounds better. It'd be creamy too. It'd be nice.
I know it tastes good.
Nice and creamy.
With the vodka, it might taste terrible.
Hell yeah, dude. That sounds like the way to go to me.
All right, I'm gonna go get my eggs in a cup. I'll bring down the Fairlife protein drink, and then I'll bring and then I'll smash the vodka in there.
Sounds like a damn plan.
I'll be back in just a minute.
Hell yeah. The goat has returned. He's gonna do some fight milk with you, boy. Not quite double fight milk like last time. We were about 480 from that, but We got the fight milk. Jessica Loda says, no naked snake. There will be naked snake. Yes, Nick's going to do it with me, surprisingly. Get it, fellas. Thank you, studio. By the way, guys, I don't know how I sound right now, but my boy Nick gave me a recommendation, okay, for a new audio processor. It's a Rodecaster, and it's really large. It's kind of over the top. It's huge. But dude, is it nice? It is nice. Like my old one was $100. This one's astronomical, but I didn't pay that much. And it does so many things. I have a noise gate. I have a compressor on it. I have all these settings. I have freaking 50 different levelers. There's 4 mic ports, and you can change the compressor on every single one of them. And there's also this. Did you hear that? Right there it is. Right. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And I have a bunch of those, and they're so cute, and they're really not. Got it all. So it's really cool. And of course, I got everything. So it's pretty cool, man. It's really, really cool. And thanks to God. Nick was like, dude, get you one of these. And I was like, bet. So I'm very happy with it. And you don't have to have a cloud lifter because it's a monster. It's like the size of my desk. It looks like one of those studio mixers that you would see in like a music studio. It's like, it's real big. It's real cool. Thank you, by the way. Oh, Rain, what's up, dude? I saw you had a super chat earlier for $5. I'm sorry I missed it. But I see your orange one. It says, here's a little bit more, buddy. I'll be messaging you soon. Re your site and stuff. Thank you, my friend. I love you, Rain. I can't wait to see it. Get the hell on it. Doggone it. Appreciate you so much. Thanks, by the way, to Karis. He got me a cameo from David Hayter. I appreciate that a lot. I loved it. I retweeted it. Thank you, by the way. Slanesh in the locals. I love you. Sally in the locals. I love you as well. And we do have one tip in the locals from Fire PA. Says, so glad Nick's toast on his last stream for my father-in-law's surgery devolved into the most degenerate discussion about Anna's tear ducts. Oh my God. That was a lot of fun. And that night, Drex had to take over and do his best Nick impression while we ignored the distant puking sounds. I'll tell Nick about that one. Thank you, Johan, for the Rumble rant. I appreciate you, dude. So hell yeah, dude. And thanks to Squid for being the only red boy of the stream. He's the GOAT, right behind Shanny in total. I appreciate you, my friend, and Disco Cobra, of course. We'll do Naked Snake first, and if we do hit double fight milk before Naked Snake before we do fight milk, we will do double fight milk. Can you do backstage studio tour and go over your equipment on locals? Yes, I can, Matthew. 100%. I will do that for you. Look for it within the next day. I'll shoot it with my phone and I'll just post it on my locals. I haven't really ever thought about that, but I'll do that. Thank you, my friend. I love you. Got you, son. Awesome stream, my dude. Nick is currently getting his fight milk ready for the goal. We have broke record ship. We've broke a record concurrence on this stream. 100 over Gary. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much. Jesus Davila, I love you. Renegade says 1 shot each, vodka, Southern Comfort, Di Serrano, and a 7-Up called a Gladiator. I doubled all mine up. You know, I have a problem, Renegade, where I always do double. And we are 350 likes from breaking the Gary record as well. Crazy ass Monday CAMELCAST with Nick Rekieta. A big shout out to Nick. I asked him last minute to do this. I had another guest, but the guest has got a lot going on, so we rescheduled. So Nick came on, and it means a lot to me. So thanks to Nick for coming on. He's goated as hell.
I'm back. Thank you,
Mr. Rekieta. You're pretty good. Finger guns. So we'll do Naked Snake, and then we'll do, because you still want to do Naked Snake, right?
Yeah, of course.
I really do want to see how the concurrent viewers drop. So because we're going to lose about 500 when we do Naked Snake. I love it. Got
2 eggs, 1 cup.
2 eggs. Oh my god.
And then here's what I'm drinking. This.
Oh, those are so good. I love
these.
Them.
Are fucking great.
It tastes like ice cream, man.
I know, dude. If you put them in the freezer for like 35 minutes, 40 minutes, they will get into shake territory by themselves. Like you don't even have to do anything to them. They taste they're fucking amazing.
Is it cold right now?
This one?
Yeah.
No, this one's warm.
Oh, thank God, dude. I'm about to say you're gonna be chugging this and start freaking out with the brain freeze. I've done it before. No. I've chugged cold ass milk and I almost died. Somebody said, Deanna said, I'm sure you saw that Flux passed 1K subs. That's good to hear, man. I was on a
job,
stream with Flux the other day, and that's awesome. I was like, I saw she was like 40 away, and I was like, come on, let's do this. Hit it.
Oh, that's gonna be fucking gross.
Oh my god, let me do something. You should put a splash of cinnamon in it. Why? But why though? But why?
No cinnamon.
Stop talking and take it off. Damn it, Tug Simp, why you like this? Tank Commando says Nick's not going to grift his sponsor vegetable. What is wrong with me? Vegetable powder for fight milk. Maybe his nose isn't as big as I thought.
Oh god, a fight milk with
imagine?
field of greens.
Oh my god.
I did it with vodka and water the other day. Vodka, water, and field of greens.
Oh my gosh. Melanie Mack did gamer fuel and eggs.
Oh,
I'm like, that must, and she did it. She didn't, it was fine. She got it easy. Got it easy as hell. It was wild, dude. Absolutely wild. All right.
I cannot pound this like you can. I just cannot do it. Like,
I got real good. I can open my throat hole and it just becomes real large and everything goes down.
How much practice did you have in back alleys?
I've done it at least 500 times. So.
Okay, so on this one, I want to note something. This is denser than milk. You notice the eggs are floating up top?
Yep.
That's going to make it way easier, I think, actually, because the eggs will hit first.
Awesome. All right, so we'll do naked snake, and then we'll do naked snake, and then we'll do. Wait,
when I poured the vodka in, the eggs went down a bit.
Oh no! What do you have a bandana, or are you going to do the yarmulke?
Oh, I got a yarmulke. Yeah.
Where the hell's my bandana at? Oh my god, it's right in front of me. My bandana's it's starting to smell a little weird because I keep wiping the fight milk juice off with it. I should have washed this.
Gross.
My maid tried to wash it the other day and I couldn't find it, and I had to do naked snake, and I ran downstairs and pulled it out of the dirty clothes, so it's still dirty. Thank you, Samantha. Happy Monday, baby. I hope you're doing well. Cody with that zero gag reflex. That's how I roll, bro. It's a thing that I'm not afraid to admit. Damn it. All right. God, this is gonna be weird without being able to hear it. So I've just set this up. All I can hear is in here. I can't hear anything from my computer. So, but I should be able to hear it. Your maid? Yes, my maid. Look, dude, my house has got way too much square footage. I can't freaking clean this shit.
You can't hear it in your ears when you play it?
No, I can. I can't hear it on my computer. So when I take my headset off to put my bandana on, I ain't be able to hear it for a second. But it's pretty loud. I can probably hear it from my lap. I'm both regretting and loving this. That looks so thick.
That's what all the ladies say, Aussie.
Oh my god. I'm dummy thick. All right, here we go. Let's do this shit. We're gonna do naked snake first. Hopefully it's not too loud, and then we're gonna do fight milk. So get ready. You know when to pull off the shirt when the chorus jumps down the throat. And
yeah, I'm gonna have to ditch the headphones at the same time.
Yeah, I always just pull it off anyway because it's easier that way. Until that happens. Trash compactor mix all late at the party. Everclear, slow. Gin, beer, vodka, whiskey. I don't know. Only remember them chem reaction in glass foam. Ugh. Trash compactor mix? What the fuck? That sounds just terrible. All right, here we go. Let's do this shit. And let's. I want you to watch the concurrence. We have 2,018 people watching. You ready?
All right, let's see it fucking go down.
I'm excited. All right, here we go. 300 likes away. Make sure you guys like while we're doing this, and then don't forget the stripper money. For Tatiana, so because I'm gonna have Critical Drinker on soon, so got to give it to her. Here we go. Let's do this. It's time, boys. Oh my god! Exciting times. 123 naked snakes in a row, by the way. Woo! Wild. Pop this bitch off. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, no.
What a thrill with darkness and silence through the night.
Oh, my God. What a thrill.
I'm searching and I'll melt into you.
With the fear in my heart. Here we go.
But you're so supreme.
snake in my time. That's a good one. There be nobody else. Cry. It's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream. Rekieta. Here we go. The titty bounce.
Oh my God.
Someday you feed on a tree frog. It's a trial to survive. For the day
Here we go. 123 in a row. I give my life, not for honor, but for you.
Who knows the words to this song?
There be nobody else. Cry. It's the way I fly to you.
I hate you so much.
In a dream. 123 in a row, boys. Can you believe this shit? Amazing.
I think you're increasing your Blair White chances right now.
Get on it, dog on it. Clip it. Clip it.
Clip it and ship it, baby. You don't have to try too hard.
Amazing.
Okay, I'll have to work on the titty bounce.
Hey, you did it a little.
Oh, I can do it. I just didn't know how to do it in time.
Oh, dude, if you like if you just hit the gym seriously, protein intake, if you can do it, dude, you'd be like, like
Oh, I know. I'm just lazy. That's the problem.
I have my fight milk. All right, now it's time. Hey, we only lost what, 42 people?
Not bad.
That's like a record. Damn.
But the people are retarded.
My God. Appreciate you guys. We're 280 until double fight milk. Thank you so much. And 230 until beating the Gary Lock goal on the record CAMELCAST goal. Let me grab my milk. It's right here. It's going to be literally 4 seconds, but we're going to look at the shirtless Pope rackets.
What's up, y'all? Law Pope here. Lots changed in the church over the past year, as you know. We are now drinking milk, which is an upgrade from what the priests have been drinking, if we're being honest. So look, no hate. Don't discriminate.
Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus.
And maybe more of them should just masturbate.
Demonetized. No. Yeah, dude, for real. Dude, what was that? There was an operation where they were in Boston and they ended up arresting like 1,000 priests in just the Boston area.
That's not good.
Fuck. That's
I keep seeing this joke cycling around on Instagram, and it's you should always wash your sex toys. That's why the church invented baptism.
No.
I was like, oh shit.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
What we got here? Why do I have 3? Oh, I have 4. Oh shit. I was like, oh, I didn't know I had 4. Awesome. I was like,
for what? Eggs?
Thank God we didn't make double fire. No, I got 4 exactly. I thought I didn't have 4. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and make mine in front of God and everybody and the Pope, and then we'll do some fight milk for everybody.
Nomine et Patri et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
123 promise. Oh, that's
I don't eat brown eggs because I'm racist.
That's a great picture that Sally posted in my locals.
Oh shit! I'm not in your locals. Fuck. What she? Oh wait, I think it's the same one. Is it us too?
It's the one. It's just you, and you look so happy.
Oh yeah. Well, I am.
Oh my God. Oh God, I'm cracking this in such a dumb way. Come on, get in there.
How much would you hate? Aussie says, how much would you hate it if I threw in the extra 230? Dude, I don't have any more eggs down here.
I do. It would just be me doing it, Aussie.
Yeah.
But I'll welcome your fake money.
I didn't think we'd get here, so I didn't.
Oh, wait.
I
Almost
didn't think we'd get to 2 at all. So I only brought the 2 eggs.
Yeah, we did it, boys. We got 2 of them beautiful bitches. But yeah, I do have I just wanted to hit it, man. I haven't been using this enough.
you and that sound. You got to be careful because that soundboard can get overused.
Yeah,
I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen.
I watch a guy. He's a great content creator, but he'll be streaming and he'll play the applause button after every sentence he says.
Oh, I'm gonna do that one stream.
And I'm just like, dude, I'm about to die if I hear this applause one more time. And it's just the same applause, you know. And I'm just like, please don't do this anymore, please, God.
I have one sound on my mic, and I don't know what it is. Should I press it? I set it up. I don't even know what it is.
Do it.
What's it do?
I don't hear anything.
It didn't do anything. I must have fucked it up.
Mine came with like a bunch. I changed almost all of them, but there's like I don't know what this one does. Oh no, that's Fat Milk. What does this one do? Oh. Okay. It's just a trombone. Okay, cool. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, let me pour in this bitch. Thank you.
I gotta update my Roadcaster before I can even do it.
Yeah,
So
you gotta update it to the 2.12 firmware or whatever.
I was gonna add shit on the fly.
Yeah, I was scared because that's not enough. When I was scared because it said like you can put an SD card in, and I was like, am I really gonna have to put an SD card in to freaking put stuff on here? Or you can just record them with your mic, like sound bots. I'm like, that's weird. And then I found the companion app, and I was like, oh, thank God. And you can literally drag an MP3 to the little square, and it's done immediately. It's easier than the Stream Decks are, which my Stream Deck is now completely obsolete. So that's over. Unfortunately.
What is this?
I didn't realize there was the things like this that did everything ever.
Let's see. Oh, you had sound effects?
Thank you, Jessica Farr, by the way, for your orange
What
boy.
What the fuck does this do? Didn't do anything, did it?
Nope.
What about now? Oh, that's weird.
Something happened.
Turn me into a robot. Oh, well. Never mind.
All right, let me go up here. I do want to give one special shout out, of course, to Shani and Disco Cobra and Aussie. But this one, God, how far am I have to go up here? Too many people are chatting. Hold on. Here he is. I got to give a shout out to this boy right here. The only red boy tonight is Squid. I appreciate you so much, my man. You got us here. We hit the Fat Milk. Without your red boy, we'd be right under it. So I appreciate that so much, my Mr. Squid. You're goated as hell. Goated as hell. Are you going to be... Are you got anything coming up that you want to shill real quick before you drink the milk of the gods?
Dude, I'm gonna be on my local stream a little bit later. I'm not doing a full show tonight. Obviously, we're past start time anyway, which is just fine. I got to be up too early tomorrow, but I will probably do a local stream after a little bit for 30 minutes or an hour, something like that, to hang out and chat with my peoples. RekietaLaw.locals.com. And I'm trying to get verified on Instagram. I meet the requirements, but I didn't suck the right tranny penis, or wait, I didn't do the right thing to get verified on Insta. I'm not sure what else I have to do. So yeah, if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'll start posting over there more. I really need to anyway, because it's just another platform to feed this shit
for it and got denied immediately.
And it's like one of the things, like if you have X amount of subs on another platform, it's like, well, there you go. I got it. Easy. And they're like, nope.
Yeah, it was Twitter did the same shit to me. Like I got denied on Twitter within like 12 minutes.
They never answered me on Twitter. They just never fucking verified me.
Oh, that makes sense.
For months.
Dude, I know a girl that got verified at like 7,000 followers on Twitter, and she's just a Twitch streamer, and I don't understand how it happened. She probably knew somebody at Twitter, and that's all it took.
Yeah.
So unfortunately. All right, here we go. Let's do some Fat Milk to close out the show. Make sure you go join Nick Rekieta's locals. But before you do that, join my locals. No, I'm just kidding. Make sure you join Mr. Nick Rekieta's locals, and I will have locals live as well. Don't forget, join my locals. I'm almost to 250 supporters on there, well over 1,500 followers. So I appreciate that. It helps out a lot because creators get almost all of a local's income. Helps out people a lot.
Logo's so fucking beautiful.
And they're
I would
great.
take
You're right.
local subs. I'd take locals subs and contributions on there over any other platform any day of the week.
No, Jesus Christ, man. Why are you gonna have to drop the eggs on me that fast? Look at this. Look at this man. Look at this man.
You better put 2 more eggs in there.
That's what I'm gonna do. Aussie overload. Just clapped my ass cheek so hard and without lube that I'm definitely gonna be bleeding for at least a week. Thank you so much, Aussie. I don't deserve your love. I really don't deserve these eggs, but we're gonna take them down. Won't be eating dinner tonight or whatever I call it. Late.
The sad thing is with the price of eggs, that just covered the 2 eggs. Like that's all it did.
Exactly. All right, Aussie. Let me put 2 more eggs in this bitch. Thank you so much, dude. You didn't have to do that shit. I love you and I appreciate that. You're goated as hell. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The other red boy, Mr. Aussie, and it's a big, delicious one. The money may be fake, but it feels real to me. So
the vodka's cooking my eggs.
What the fuck?
I'm joking.
Oh my God. Invest in chickens. That's probably a good idea, to be honest. I probably should do that. Thank you again, Aussie. This fight milk is definitely dedicated to your ass. I appreciate you. This double fight. And don't forget all the other bitches. I appreciate you guys. Keep in mind, guys, I'm going to give you a little bit of an update on my schedule. Wednesday, I should have Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. Saturday, I'll have Nina Infinity. Monday, I will have Cecil Says.
Oh my God. Cecil is my man.
Yeah.
Wednesday,
My boy. I believe Wednesday after that, I'll have Andrew, Legal Mindset. Saturday, I will have Tug, tentatively. And then I'm not sure when. This is a surprise for a lot of people that I talked to Nick about earlier. I will have Donut Operator on sometime in early April, most likely, because I'm going to be going out there, and possibly another creator. So you'll see that, and then maybe it's a Gundam soon. So, and a Critical Drinker, of course, is another one. So let's hope all that happens peachy and cleanly. Let me put my next 2 eggs in so we can get the hell on it, doggone it, and you can go and get you some sleep before you have to drive in the morning. Better than normal.
Sometimes don't drop too many shells in there.
Sometimes you're like, yeah, it'll be 4 a.m. and you're like, yeah, I gotta go somewhere at 6:30. And I'm like, what? What the hell?
Unfortunately, tomorrow I have to drive a distance. If it was just a short trip, it wouldn't matter. But I got to drive a ways.
It starts to see. I put too much milk in it because I thought I was doing single, and now it's starting to get to the brim.
Yeah, now you're gonna have to. It came out like shit in a driveway.
Oh, I'm used to that shit.
What are you drinking? Rum?
Sailor Jerry's. I'm almost finished it with the fight milks.
It's a screw top. It's got to be good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Here we go again. All right. Here we go.
Oh, filthy as fuck.
Free pouring as hell. All right, guys. You know the drill. At least I don't have to take my headphones off for this one. Oh my God, it smells awful. It just smells like pure rum ass.
Yeah, it smells like vanilla vodka.
Oh God. Yeah, it smells like vanilla liquor or of some sort. All right, boys, make sure you guys like the stream. We're 180 away from beating the record, which was set just Saturday. We're gonna do Fight Milk right now. That's 180 left. If you haven't liked it, get on it, doggone it. If you haven't subscribed to my goofy ass, stop being a bitch. All right? Because if you don't subscribe to me, I'm going to ban you. And then Nick's going to ban you from his channel, which is why you're here in the first place.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then I'll ban you from life. In real life.
In real life.
At your house.
Right, what is it? Doom is on. It's just called Mick Gordon. Why is it called Mick Gordon? All right. I'll tell you when. You probably already know, but we're going to do it anyway. The double fight milk. And the fight milk in general. It's probably real loud. It sounds loud to me, but I like it. Hopefully it's not too loud. I fixed it.
Sounds good here.
the StreamYard was really weird to do it, and this freaking Rodecaster has fixed everything. Thanks again for the recommendation. It's kick ass. Here we go, guys. We're waiting about 30 seconds, and we're going to go ham as hell. Exciting. I'm excited. Thank you, Nick, for coming on, filling in, having an amazing show on the CAMELCAST. Hell yeah, dude. Make sure you clip this, Sally. We need some more pictures for the locals. Thank you. Ooh, I can feel it in my bones. Oh, I can feel it coming up my ass crack like a fart. Oh my God. Here we go, boys.
No guns on stream until now.
Ah!
Oh, it's filthy as fuck.
Get it! Woo! You gotta get it! Hey! Easy. Easy damn piece. I wish I could turn it down.
Let me do the bishop wipe.
I wish I need to learn how to turn it down. I can only turn it off right now. Oh, I could wait. Oh, fuck. I know now how to. Shit. There's a freaking lever for it. There's an entire lever on the mixer for the freaking music. you just go. There's a giant lever. God, I'm stupid as hell.
Yep.
Anyways, here, let's do this. Yeah, let's turn it down. Now it's good background music for the goodbyes. Let me wipe my face off because it's covered in the milkies.
So gross.
Oh my God.
That is filthy every time. Just want to say that. Fucking hideous.
Been using the same rag to wipe off for a while. Probably should do something about that. But it's fine.
Is it standing up yet?
Well,
Use the same rag too often. It just
I use it for everything. I gotta be honest.
really seals in the flavor.
Oh my God. Thank you, Nick, so much for coming on.
Of course.
We didn't go too long. We went 9 minutes shorter than last time. So I appreciate you. Everybody give Nick some love. Go give him some subbies. Make sure you follow his goofy ass locals. Get on it, dog on it. It's easily the best locals on locals, in my opinion. I'm trying to get mine there, but it actually is starting to get really active. So I appreciate that, guys. But thanks to Nick, he's goated as hell. 130 likes away from setting the record. Make sure you hit this bitch on the way out. That would be awesome. And I also want to see something before we go. Oh, by the way, the Rumble peeps, I see you guys, by the way. I've been reading all your chats. I have it right beside the YouTube chat. You just can't pull them up on StreamYard yet, or else I'd be doing that the whole time. John Liebert went ham as hell in the Rumble rants tonight. If you have not liked the Rumble stream, you best like the Rumble stream right now, you bastards. We got 300 likes on there, 1,000 people watching on Rumble, so thank you guys. Rumble is goated. If you're not a part of Rumble, you need to get the hell on it, doggone it. They're making a lot of strides every damn day, man. Every day the chat's different. There's better things happening. So get on it, doggone it. Make sure you're subbed here as well for the next CAMELCAST, because I'm sure Nick will be on probably in a couple weeks. I'm going to try to not force him too much, but every once in a while.
I got you. I got you.
Hell yeah, I appreciate that, dude. And let me check, and because if I can do something here, it's gonna be really cool. Let's see if I can do this. Oh my God, I can redirect. There's no way this is real. I can redirect. That is so cool.
Redirect what?
The stream. I can raid somebody with this many viewers. That's cool.
Yeah, who are you gonna raid?
I don't know. Who's John Malin?
They might have to consent to your raid.
Yeah, they do.
Like an anus.
Yes. Let me see if I can get John Malin. If not, then I'll just do King Queso. He'll freak out. It'll be fun. They don't let you do it. They need to do the privileges, bro.
So stupid.
Privileges. Yeah, why don't you just let me do it? Now I know there's going to be hate raids every once in a while, but that's just a.
Oh man, I would take a hate raid all day. Come hate raid me,
please. So I guess they fixed that because you couldn't do that. But they fixed it. It looks like so. Hell yeah! Let me go unlist. Okay, we're good to go. Thank you guys so much. We're 100 likes away. Get on it on the way out, and this stream will be live forever. So you guys can watch it, get on it, doggone it, and have a good time with it. A lot of good discussions with Nick. So love you. Appreciate you guys. Get the hell on it, doggone it. Say your piece, Nick.
Peace.